Here's what's coming up tonight on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night. At 8 on Kitty Bartholomew Your Home, take a truly modern approach to decorating using vintage furniture. At 8:30 on Decorating Sense with Joan Stefford, how to give your home some natural beauty using greenery and foliage. Then at 9 on Room by Room, Matt and Sherry demonstrate how to dress up an old dresser to give your bedroom a new look. At 9:30 on Room for Change, a 1940s suburban home is transformed into a hip New York-style loft. Then at 10 on Interiors by Design with Chris Casan-Madden, the do's and don'ts of Art Deco. And at 10:30 on Bed and Bath Design, how to use etched-stained and laminated glass to make a truly unique bathroom. It's all coming up on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
This is HGTV's Design Time Saturday night, an entire evening of great decorating shows with tips, ideas, and inspiration for your style.
Hi, I'm Kitty Bartholomew. You know the old saying, what goes around comes around. Well, that's certainly true of decorating styles from the 20s, 30s, and up, all the way through the 60s. So clean out your attic, because on today's show, you're going to see how you can bring this vintage, modern look into your own home. Welcome to our show. About a year ago, designer Suzanne Thomason remodeled her late 1950s ranch-style home to make it work for today's lifestyle. But when it came to the decor, she mixed vintage furniture with contemporary pieces, and the result is a wonderful vintage modern look that transcends time. Oh, Suzanne, I really love the open floor plan of this house. It's wonderful. And I can't help but notice the interesting mix of vintage and modern furnishings.
What I really wanted to do is bring pieces that I liked from the 20th century, of different designers and different looks. So I represent 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, on up till now.
Let's talk about the floors, because they are pretty strong and gorgeous. Really make a statement.
In the 50s and 60s, they used different types of floors. They used cork, they used parquet, and they did use slate. They used terrazzo. They used all different types. I chose slate. I think it's very in right now, so I thought it would be a current type of modern flooring to put in. And I think what makes people feel that it's vintage are the colors.
But the colors seem new for some reason, although a lot of the tones are very much
earth tones. Persimmons and golds and greens and beiges.
Of course, in the olden days, they called them harvest gold and avocado green.
Right.
Rose.
Never.
No, you can't do that anymore.
Never.
Now, in the living room, the fireplace area is kind of a throwback to the retro look.
Exactly.
But it's all brand new.
All brand new. The hood's original, and actually the terrazzo, the floating terrazzo was existing, but I used a grass cloth to do the wall, and then I faux finished by bronzing the hood, and then the terrazzo was the last thing, and I didn't know what to do with it because it just looked terrible. So we painted it, and we used two different paints, a green and a bronze color, and we put it on, but we let the terrazzo come through. So it's a very interesting effect, and it gives the fireplace a modern feeling, but still has a little throwback, like you said, to the era.
One of the first things Suzanne did to give the home a vintage modern feel was to take down the bookcase wall that originally separated the living room from the dining room. The open floor plan and the slate floor unite the rooms, as does the vintage modern decor.
When my daughter was younger, which was about 12 years ago, in the 80s, I bought a black lacquer table, and it folds in half and seats 4, opens up and seats 10. And I never really liked it, but it worked in the space. And everywhere I go, it just keeps fitting. So it's been with me for a long time, and I don't know how much longer I'll have it.
Well, there you go. Black lacquer table. You get something.
It's back in style. The 80s are happening.
Right. The chairs, however, are very unusual now. You got a real deal on those.
I got a major deal on those. They're from the 20s, 30s. They're Art Deco. I bought all 8 of them for $200.
All 8?
Right. They were just a major bargain. I've recovered them several times as I keep moving them around. I love them. I don't think I'll ever get rid of them. They're very comfortable, and they're very valuable actually because they're from the 20s and they're different. They're burl wood.
Beautiful wood. The chandelier, if you will, or the light fixture, if you will, is a very special piece.
It is. It's a Michael Taylor piece. I think he made 12 of them for a men's club somewhere in the country. It's the first thing I bought for the house and knew that that was right for the house. And then the floors kind of matched, and from there it was earth tones.
Now, the kitchen, you haven't really changed that much, and yet you've really freshened it up. The tile was a real eyesore, wasn't it, for you?
Oh, it was terrible. It was gold 3x3 tiles. And so I took those off and put black absolute marble on the counters. And then on the backsplash, I used slate. And they're little slate pebbles. And we put that on the backsplash just to kind of keep the slate uniting together.
Let's talk about that, because you say slate pebbles. It looks like a little tiny piece, sort of a rectangular piece of brick.
Comes on a sheet.
Oh, really?
And then we put it up, and then the tile person grouts in between, and then so that you can get them perfect.
Very interesting look. And the cabinets you left pretty much exactly as they were, but changing the handles really made a difference. And those handles are very hip. I mean, they're outrageous.
They're extreme. They're so big. And I wanted to do something that just brought your attention to the handles and to the backsplash and not to the cabinets, because they're really not very good cabinets. The only other thing I added on the overhead cabinets was the glass, the reeded glass, which is really 40s. And I put that in just to hide some of my glassware.
Adjacent to the kitchen is a little family room that continues this cozy retro feel.
Actually, the family room is a combination of different eras. The table is an antique table, the little desk from Brazil, and that's actually like 1860s, 1870s. The coffee table is a Frank Gehry. It's a modern piece from the 80s. The sofa is brand new. The chair is a current chair, but it really goes back to the 70s. So there's a combination actually of, the mid-1800s to mostly 20th century.
Also in keeping with the vintage modern look is the large picture window. Suzanne added it to bring some natural light into the room. Now originally, bookcases lined the wall, making the room feel closed in and dark. The addition of this window made a big difference. Suzanne also replaced all the solid wood doors in the house with translucent glass.
The glass is laminated glass, and basically it's very opaque. You get light through, but you do not see anything behind there. To get the look of these doors, you should buy the doors from a door manufacturer, and then you add white laminate glass. And they can either arrange that for you, or you can go to a glass store, a mirror store, glass and mirror store, and ask for white laminated glass.
As we've just seen, Suzanne has successfully blended materials and furnishings from about 5 different eras. Some pieces are of the period, as is this vintage 60s vanity in the guest bathroom. Some pieces are brand new, as is this modern painting in the hallway. Nevertheless, they all seem to work together. What's Suzanne's secret?
I think the key is, first of all, finding pieces you love and not being afraid to mix them. And secondly, I think I love to walk into a home that feels collected. If you find pieces of your travels that you collect from different eras that you like, it's easy to mix them all together and have them work. And I just think that you just need to find uniformity in color or perhaps in size or something that links them all, and just go for it.
Thanks, Suzanne. Coming up next, we're going into my workshop to see how the artist who full-painted this black metal fireplace hood gave it a bronze vintage modern look. And later in the show, we're going to rock around the clock at a home where the decor is strictly 50s. So stay right where you are.
Want to get the right look for the right price? Let HGTV's Room by Room help you get the most for your money. Tonight at 9, only on HGTV.
Take a look at what little angels wear at the JCPenney baby sale. Save on these sweet outfits, plus everything else baby needs to be on Cloud 9. Now 20 to 30% off in store, catalog, and internet. The JCPenney baby sale. It's heavenly.
You bring such a... Man, what rhymes with elation?
Creation.
Yeah.
Temptation.
Let's go.
Dividend reinvestment participation. Market capitalization. European market fluctuation. Industry globalization. Assets allocation. What?
When we created a smarter kind of investment firm, we created a smarter kind of investor.
Too many syllables?
At the Home Depot, we can help you make something great out of a little lumber, or a can of paint, even a few pieces of ceramic tile. We can also help you make something great out of yourself. Join one of America's most successful and admired companies. Join the Home Depot. If you like improving things, have we got a job for you? The Home Depot. Great careers built here. Call us toll-free.
Do you want your parties to be really special? Try Rocher, the European speciality your guest will adore. Smooth chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, a luxurious taste sensation. It's more of a party with Rocher.
Let's get together for a little romance. Be nice. Kiss me. Let's get together for a little romance. Romance Week on HGTV.
All next week. You're watching Kitty Bartholomew, Your Home, on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
Welcome back. We just saw Suzanne Thomason's vintage modern home, and I was reminded of all the metal fireplaces that are still alive in homes across the country, and a lot of people who just don't have any clue what to do with them. Well, I found Suzanne's daughter, who's an incredible artist, Sherry Robinson, and she not only did every canvas that's hanging in the house, but she did a lot of the special paint finishes that are around the house. What kind of directions did your designer mother give to you when she said, come on, Sherry, let's cooperate and come up with something that's going to zip this old-fashioned fireplace hood and make it look up to date?
Well, she was going for something vintage modern. She wanted to take the old fireplace and give it new life. So she suggested to me that we do a light bronzing on the already black finish. So,
right. Well, anytime you're messing around with something that needs to withstand a lot of heat, you have to use special products. So I'm sure that the materials that you use aren't materials that people ordinarily might have on hand, such as the special paint that you used, which was a lacquer, right? An enamel.
It's an enamel, and it's high heat paint, and you can purchase it at any fireplace store, and it's highly recommended because if you use regular oil-based paints or latex paints, it'll go up in flames the first time you have a fire. So it's very, very important to use high heat paint.
Now the fireplace had already been painted a number of times before you approached it, right?
Yes, it had.
So what did you do? Just clean it up and give it another coat of the special paint?
Exactly. First I gave it a good sanding. Light sanding with a light grit paper, and then came along with xylene, which is a very serious solvent. It's very heavy base, and it's highly recommended that you use a respirator.
Okay, let's talk about that and show me what you did with it.
Xylene, basically what I did is just put a little bit on a cloth and wipe the entire surface down that was going to be redone.
Okay, so then you use the paint, so then that dries, then what?
Then comes the exciting part. Then you need to mix up your glaze. And what I have in here is a little bit of xylene, about half a cup. And to the xylene, I'm going to go ahead and add about half a teaspoon of bronzing powder. And bronzing powder, for your information, comes in a lot of different shades. So you can choose what tone of gold you'd like. And then mix it up with a paintbrush. And it's very important to add to use xylene and bronzing powder together. Don't just dump the bronzing powder into the paint because it'll clump up and it won't move at all.
Okay, that's a good tip.
Yeah. Okay, so it seems to be mixed fairly well. And now what I'd like to do is go ahead and add a little bit of the high heat paint into the bronzing mixture. And this gives it some heat resistance and also helps the
Tones
liquid
it down.
move. Yeah, and it also helps it move.
So that's a very little paint, actually. It just seemed like less than half of a brushful.
Just a taste. About half a teaspoon.
You don't mean a taste.
No, I definitely don't mean a taste.
All right.
Okay, so that's mixed up nice.
Now, how do you apply it?
Well, I like to use rubber gloves as a safety precaution. And I chose to use a sponge that doesn't have a lot of space in between, something that's a little tight, more tightly woven, so that it doesn't look fake. And then all you do is just dab it on, and you have to make sure your mixture is really mixed up good, and that there's no clumps or anything anywhere.
Okay.
And you just want a little bit on your sponge. You don't want to oversaturate your sponge. And to apply, you just simply dab on.
So you're just essentially sponging it on, and you want to be careful that it doesn't drip, because if you're applying it vertically, you want it to be almost a dry sponge then.
Yeah, that's correct. If you use too much, it runs, and you don't want that to happen.
Boy, that's subtle, but it's very effective the way it tones down that harsh black. Let's take another look at the fireplace, all finished. Looks wonderful in that room, and of course your mother has shown such restraint. What really stands out in that room is a lot of your beautiful artwork.
Oh, well,
everywhere
thank you very much.
Look. Anyway, fun to do. I love the idea of mixing the powder, but don't forget the xylene is very strong, so you need to wear a mask. Thanks a lot, Sherry.
You're welcome, Kitty.
We'll be right back. Coming up next, the 50s may be gone, but not forgotten, when I take you to a wonderful home that celebrates that era. So stick around.
Now with BellSouth Fast Access Internet Service. Faster downloads. Another solution with BellSouth Nova.
Need new furniture? Click on CozyHome.com, makers of premium furniture you'll only find online. Hello.
What? You found the furniture? It's yours now. Keep it.
I want to feel control over chaotic surroundings.
Engaging DeVille DTS North Star system.
And to take on every part of my world.
Commencing OnStar communications and assistance services.
And have a nightlife.
Projecting night vision. All systems go.
The all-new DeVille DTS. The power of and. The fusion of design and technology. Cadillac.
Hi, Brian Collard here for Authentic American Collectibles. 50 new quarters will be issued over the next 10 years, one to represent each state. In 1999, 5 coins were issued. These highly collectible coins will never be minted again. They're Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. To celebrate this historic event, we're introducing the first quarters map. There's a designated slot that safely secures each coin, and the map is color coordinated for easy reference. It even tells you when new coins will be issued. New coins will be available at your local bank. Each map is numbered and comes with a certificate of authenticity. When you order, you'll receive the map, the certificate, and a guidebook filled with information about each state, all for just $20. But call in the next 60 seconds, and we'll include 5 new state quarters in mint condition, absolutely free. Here's how to order.
To order your first quarters map for only $20 plus shipping, have your credit card ready and call 1-800-641-9449.
welcome back to our Vintage Modern show. You know, some people collect pottery, some quilts, but our next guest collects furniture. Yes, 50s furniture to be exact. And Michael Jaimo has an amazing collection that's just as much at home now as it was then. Take a look.
What is it about houses that were built in the 50s that people seem to be drawn to nowadays?
I think a sense of elegance and a feeling that less is more. You know, that you have clean lines and indoor-outdoor simple living. That's what a mid-century home is all about.
There are certain details that were inevitable in a house that was built in the 50s. For instance, jalousie windows. Anybody who's building a new house who wants a retro feeling, I doubt would put jalousie windows in. So many of us tore them out for the last couple decades. How do you like living with them?
I wouldn't live without them. I had some, yes, Kitty, I had some friends who have a mid-century house and they tore out their jalousies, and I've never forgiven them because it's a part of the house. It's a part of the architecture. And believe me, you just open those things up and the breeze, particularly for living in Southern California, you know, the breeze just shoots right through, and it just makes indoor-outdoor living that much more accessible and easy.
What are some other typical 50s details that you really love about this house?
Oh, I think the strong sense of post and beam, you know, when you look at these ceilings, how linear and how clean they are.
Which was typically 50s. And the stair going downstairs, the stairway, the way that they're angled.
It just angles so that the steps actually look like they float.
And then, of course, the stained glass window, that very long, narrow, and the colors that they used. That's original to the house.
It's original. And again, you'll notice that these homes are all about a light, airy feeling, a linear feeling, a long feeling, which is what the stained glass is all about.
In the 50s, people were really drawn to highly saturated colors. But for contrast, Michael chose a softer color palette for the kitchen cabinets. And I was curious as to why he painted the upper and lower cabinets two different colors.
Well, rather than paint it all white, I thought I would really give a sense of weight to the bottom portion of the cabinetry. Because a lot of people usually paint everything white or everything yellow, whatever, and it sort of makes it all float up into the sky. So this way, the bottom part below the counter just sits onto the floor, and then the top part, which I painted white, just kind of lifts up.
Which is the whole concept of the 50s, is that linear look,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Make sure I continue up. Now, your fireplace does that, but the fireplace and the facade is not original.
Right. The back end of the fireplace where there's brick, that is original. But what the former owners did, and I think, again, it's brilliant, they actually created a new facade, which is really reflective of a lot of fireplace facades from the mid-century period, you know, with that sort of half-rounded funnel flue, I think, which is really terrific, and it lights up at night and creates a sense of high drama. And if you'll notice how the fireplace is actually off balance, it's asymmetrical, and that was a design element they used in the 50s all the time.
Exactly. People in the 50s loved to sit close to the fire. They loved to have those, you know, conversation pits and sit very low to the floor.
Absolutely.
And that's why your sofa is low, isn't it? Everything's very low.
Everything is low in mid-century, and that's one thing for anybody designing an interior and dealing with this period of furniture. You know, you can't have something extremely high by something low. That should be a basic design principle anyway. But mid-century is extremely low.
A lot of the noteworthy designs, the motifs that we think of in the 50s, in upholstery fabrics and design, were very free-form, amoebic, organic, if you will. For instance, the skirt, I remember, is from the 50s, and this is from a thrift shop, but the designs here are very similar to what you see in the chairs or what you would see in a retro fabric. Do you think that that was to complement the very linear architectural designs of the houses?
Yeah, Kitty, I think so. It was really a counterpoint to all of that, but a nice complement as well. And that's something that I tried to do in the house, too, with some of these patterns, is create a sort of a whimsical look. Because sometimes people think these homes are cold and austere. So I think as a designer, you need to bring elements in that can invite people, that are warm and embracing. And I think these kind of free-form patterns that you see, leaf patterns and amoebic shapes and so on, do that. They're playful and they're fun.
Do you feel that, you must use a vintage fabric, or if it's just a motif that you like, it'll work in your house?
If it works, it works. The fabric on the couch, for instance, is not a vintage fabric, but because of those little playful squares that kind of dance along, it is so reminiscent, of mid-century fabric that I knew it would work. So that's appropriate. The fabric in the guest bedroom for the bed is definitely period and authentic.
But you had that made into the bedspread and the bolsters, right?
Yes, I did, yeah.
So you just found the yard goods and you were able to have it made into that design?
I did, and it's tricky because you can often find a piece of fabric that you love, but sometimes it might not be big enough.
Sure. Now, were those draperies you suppose?
They were. They definitely were. And that's where you'll find most of your mid-century textiles is in draperies. Once in a while you'll get lucky and find a bold. But often it's draperies.
So in the master bedroom as well as the guest bedroom, those were originally draperies?
Yes.
This has been so much fun, and I really commend you for going for it and really living that 50s spirit. You're just a great guy. It's been fun. Thanks, Michael.
I've had a great time, Kitty.
We'll be right back. Coming up next, a look at what's hot in collectible vintage modern furniture.
Information about the products or projects on today's episode is available by visiting our website at HGTV.com or by calling 865-694-7879 Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. Please note today's episode number.
Design at 9, a full hour of decorating ideas, information, and inspiration that are just your style. Monday night on Design at 9.
On the next Kitty Bartholomew Your Home, I'm going to show you some clever ways to help you make better use of the space you already have.
Then, Country at Home features the folksy style of artist Warren Kimball. Watch him at work in his rustic studio. That's all part of Design at 9. Monday night, only on HGTV. Imagine what you can do.
Feel like you're just moving dust around? Don't kick it up. Pick it up. Introducing the High Performance Cloth from Scotch-Brite. Its unique microfibers lift and capture dust. And fingerprints. Don't clear it up. Clear it up. Use the High Performance Cloth over and over. Don't toss it out. Wash it out. The new High Performance Cloth from Scotch-Brite. Don't pass it up. Pick it up. Another 3M innovation.
Order now. The hot flashes got pretty bad. Night sweats were ruining my sleep. Vaginal dryness made intimacy uncomfortable, and I was worried that estrogen loss at menopause could lead to osteoporosis, a long-term health problem. Menopause is complicated. Talking to my doctor helped. For me, she prescribed Prempro. It's relieving my uncomfortable symptoms, and along with calcium and exercise, helping prevent osteoporosis.
Prempro is only for women who have not had a hysterectomy. Prempro is not for every woman. You should not take Prempro if you've had any breast or uterine cancer, abnormal vaginal bleeding, abnormal blood clotting, liver or heart disease, stroke, or if you think or know you are pregnant. Tell your doctor about your personal and family medical history. Side effects include blood clots, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, breast tenderness, irregular bleeding, and headache. For more information, talk to your doctor about Prempro or call.
I'm glad my doctor prescribed Prempro. Now I'm feeling great. For me, it's Prempro.
Welcome back. Our whole show today has been on this new style called vintage modern. It's interesting that this trend is getting to be so popular so quickly. Recently, I went to a store in Los Angeles called Modern One. It specializes in 40s furniture, and I asked the owner what's hot and why.
I think the things you should be looking for, first and foremost, is something you like, but it's always best to find something that is designed by an architect or a noted designer, like Frank Lloyd Wright, Mies van der Rohe, people like that. Not only is it, you know, something that you can talk about, but it's also something that is a good investment. I think my favorite piece in my store is the Paul Frankel custom-designed Macassar ebony cork and aluminum dining table. It's 11.5 feet long. The materials are very rich, and it's just a stunning piece. I think the appeal from the consumer standpoint is that, you know, they're buying things that are again, unusual and one of a kind, but also there has been so much press on pieces of this period that they're also buying a piece of history as well.
Thanks, Ben. So the next time you're rummaging around in your attic, keep your eyes open for an old table or chair that could be a vintage modern find. Well, I hope you enjoyed our show today, and I do look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.
Here's what's coming up next on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night. At 8:30 on Decorating Sense, how to bring a little natural beauty into your home. Then at 9 on Room by Room, dressing up an old dresser. And at 9:30, it's Room for Change. It's all coming up tonight on HGTV.
Preserving the past for future generations. Restore America with Bob Vila. Sunday night at 10 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
And now, HGTV's Design Time Saturday night continues with Decorating Sense.
Hi, and welcome to Decorating Sense, the show that gives you great decorating ideas for a lot less. I'm Joan Steffend, and today we are going to show you how to finish off a large space, a dining room, a family room, and a kitchen for a family that has 6 little girls. Can you believe it? Anyway, the space right now is a little bit cold, so you know us. We are going to warm it up and liven it up for under $500.
That's right. We'll take advantage of the woodsy feel this room already has and warm it up with honeysuckle vines, fabric, and floral materials. In Trash to Treasure, find out how to turn an old Chippendale mirror into a garden accessory using galvanized flashing. Plus, we'll rearrange and redesign a contemporary living entertainment room without spending a dime.
Yes, you heard me right. 6 little girls live in this house, ages 11 to 1. And this room, the kitchen, the dining room, and the family room, is really not answering their casual, functional purposes right now. This is a room that needs to meet the needs of all of them. Right now, it's a little cavernous, masculine, leather, wood, and it doesn't really reflect the charming personalities of this family. So the person who's going to add the charm is Courtney Yasmine.
Hi, Joan.
So nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Okay, add some charm. Where do we start?
Right, well, we've already done a really pretty 2-color wall treatment that they had already in place.
That's great.
And we'll be keeping that because it's a beautiful color. And we'll be adding some decorative painting that really is about the 6 daughters. It'll be cute.
I get to do decorative painting? Mm-hmm. We may have to rethink that. How about the windows? We have lots of great views going on here.
Yeah, the view is beautiful. We don't want to obstruct that, so we'll just be doing some softening, more charming things to just make the room cozier.
And no sewing.
Right, no sewing. Mm-hmm.
How about toys? That's always a concern when you got a lot of kids, and I'm sure that that's a concern here.
Right, the problem has been that they've tried to keep this area picked up, so they've kept all the toys, for the most part, down in the basement play area. So now we're going to try to bring some of the toys back into this space, so at night when Mom's cooking, the kids can be up here where they really want to be, but then we can easily put the toys away into some storage pieces right here in this room.
Sounds good. They are such cute kids.
Yeah, they're really a great family.
There they are in pictures. We hope to meet them in person a little bit later when we're done with their room, and we're going to do all of this for under $500. This room is off to a good start, but it's a bit too cavernous and masculine for a family with 6 girls. This room isn't very functional or fun. And fun is what we're all about on this show, so we began our fun right here in the kitchen with decorative paint. We are going to write in freehand cursive all the names of the daughters on the soffits. These are the 2 colors we'll be working with, burnt sienna and leaf green. First, we spaced out the names with pencil. And then painted it leaf green by tracing over our line drawing. A stiff bristle brush as this works best. The oldest child, Melissa, Jane, Anne, Laura, Grace, and the baby of the family, Rose. Then we stamped oversized copper leaves in between each girl's name. That looks so good. You know, not content with just buying a leaf stamp, Courtney had to make her own perfect leaf stamp. Why'd you do that, and how'd you do it?
Well, I think to get just the design that you want in this kind of a size can be hard to find and can also be expensive. So we decided to try making our own, and we used a real oak leaf.
Found the perfect leaf after hours of searching.
Right, scoured the lawn, found the perfect leaf, and then we used this foam and traced our leaf onto this foam. This is the pad that you use under a sleeping bag,
right.
The
This
camping
was just found
pad.
in the basement, right?
Right,
so.
right. So, you know, this was cheaper for us by a long shot. Then we cut out what we had traced with the scissors, and then we used a razor knife and cut in some veining so that it wouldn't be too dense when we put the paint up.
It worked out really well. I like that. And then all you do is just add a little paint to your stamp, and not too much, right?
Right. You can just dab on the paint. It doesn't have to be perfect. The thing is to not probably have too much on.
It looks so cute. I like it a lot.
I really like it, too. I think they turned out great.
What do we do now? Under the window treatments? We'll use the term window treatment loosely in the kitchen. Because we want the light to pour in through the windows, we'll add an outdoor decorative touch. We wound honeysuckle vine and real oak leaves over the window frame, and then secured it with florist's wire and cup hooks. On the smaller window, we constructed a leaf valance. We wound real branches of oak leaves, more vine, and silk leaves and acorns, and attached it to the top of the window. This window treatment simply enhances this area and warms it up without blocking the lovely view to the outside. Before we leave the kitchen, we have to address the lighting issue in here. As you can see, we have numerous overhead can lights. Overhead lighting such as this doesn't provide any warmth. The kitchen is either all lit up or dark. So to cozy up this space, especially at night, we placed 2 inexpensive lamps on the sides of the sink to add a finished-looking symmetry. Then, to repeat our decorative theme, 1 more similar lamp was added here on the second sink for more coziness. Notice how we continued our leaf motif by tracing around a real leaf on the shade and then outlining it. This is such an easy and inexpensive way to personalize a lamp. Total cost for cozy lighting, just $48. Now, turning our attention to the family room, we got started dressing the bank of windows. We wanted to camouflage the blinds at the top, so we brought in 10 yards of leaf print sheer gauze fabric at a cost of $8 per yard. We draped and swagged and draped until we got just the right amount of droop on each window. And the finishing touch on these windows? Small nosegays of oak leaves and acorns. Replaced the artificial flowers in the homeowner's vase with more oak leaves and cattails to tie in our new theme. Now it's time to focus on the girls' toy problem. As we said, their toys are currently stored in the lower level basement. So instead of constantly hauling those toys up and down a flight of stairs, we'll store them in this room once and for all. This handmade V toy box doubles as a great window seat. When all the girls have a friend over, well, you get the idea, this could come in real handy for additional seating. And the safety hinged lid makes cleanup duty a snap. Simply open it up, toss in the toys. Total cost to build this toy box? $90. Almost every little girl loves to read, and with 6 little girls comes a lot of storybooks. So we brought up the kids' bookcase from the basement for family room reading and got busy painting it to coordinate with our leaf theme. Then, to hide the books and make it more attractive, we shirred the same leaf fabric that we used on the windows onto 2 tension rods. For pennies, just $16, we took the bookcase from this to this, a children's bookcase that blends perfectly with our new decor. Although this wreath is good-sized, it doesn't show up well against the stone. So, with the help of interior floral decorator Melissa Kinney, we began updating the wreath by removing the fruit. Then we wired honeysuckle. And glued and tucked in oak leaves. We basically closed in the center circle of the existing wreath to make it appear fuller and more free-flowing. Mission accomplished, an 80s wreath brought into the 90s. All that's left, a few finishing touches. I'm going to try this. We have Jane, Ann, Laura, Grace, Rose, Mom Diane, Dad John, and Melissa's at Cam. So I'm sorry she couldn't be here. But I got it right, right?
Yeah, right. Very good.
So what do you guys think of your new rooms?
Absolutely love it.
Yeah? It's just nice little touches, I think, that really warm the space up. I love the girls' names in the kitchen. I think that's kind of a cool deal.
I do too.
How much did we spend in here?
We spent $4.99.
$499. You guys enjoy that, okay?
We will.
Okay.
Very nice.
Let's take a look back at everything we've done in here. That's right. This room in its before stage didn't reflect the charming personalities of the family or address the children's toy storage problem. Now it's fun, cozy, and highly functional. The kitchen is personalized, warm, and inviting. And the family room is now a useful space, a place where all members of the family can play, relax, or watch movies together. A room for all seasons.
Let's get together for a little romance. Romance Week on HGTV.
All next week.
Yeah, Jack. Send him whatever you want, but just send it to him. Yeah, great. Yeah, everything's great. Yeah. Tell him I want those IPTs on my desk, 7 a.m. Hey, I love you too, baby. Yeah.
Try something different today. Fly. Play hooky. Kick back. Eat with your fingers. Peel and eat all the shrimp you can right now at Red Lobster. Any day of the week, just $11.99. But at this price, you better hurry, because this mouth-watering offer ends in a matter of days. Escape to Red Lobster.
This is not like any other antacid I've ever had.
You won't believe your mouth.
It dissolves in your mouth. It's just like, shabam.
Maalox Quick Dissolve Chewables, a very different kind of calcium antacid for heartburn.
Dissolves immediately, swallow, done.
Boom.
Maalox Quick Dissolve Chewables dissolve faster and more completely than Tums.
It's not gritty. It's not pieces. Goodbye, grit.
Maalox Quick Dissolve Chewable Tablets. Quick dissolve your heartburn away.
I'm a happy man.
From 1 Minute Maalox.
Imagine a world of remodeling at your fingertips. Great ideas, do-it-yourself instructions, a place to buy the special things you need. Remodeling at HGTV.com. Imagine what you can do.
On the next Dream House. No finances and more problems are making Dean very tense.
I've had words with Barry. I've had words with everybody involved in this project.
But our homeowner is learning some tough lessons.
This should be a lesson in how not to do a project.
Dream House, Monday night at 10:30 on HGTV.
You're watching Decorating Sense, part of HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
It's time for Trash to Treasure. That's where we show you how to turn your garage sale finds into great furniture and accessories for your home. And today we are back at Sticks and Stones. It's a home furnishing store in Minneapolis. And the owner, Rob Whitleff, is going to show us how to use galvanized flashing metal and painted finials to turn an old Chippendale-style mirror into a garden design. Hi, Rob.
Hi.
You know what? I was confused before, but now when I see the mirror, I understand what you're doing. It was the flashing that confused me.
The flashing is a little bit confusing, but it's just a very simple process. What we've done is we took what was kind of an ugly old mirror.
Kind of.
Yeah, it was an odd wood color. It probably matched a dresser at some point in time, but the dresser was gone. So what we've done is decided just to create a great little mirror for kind of outside, actually, what the thought is. And what we're doing is taking the metal flashing like you see here, and this is just, it's actually roof flashing, it's galvanized. And what we've done is we added some silver spray paint to this piece also, and then created a mirror that would maybe go outside in a garden setting. Hanging on a garden wall, like we've shown here with, vines growing up around it, branches, whatever. So it gives that great depth and reflection, but it also adds in the metal accent.
Right, that's an awesome... How did you do this, though? I mean, it looks very difficult.
It wasn't too difficult. Actually, what we did was we began with spraying out the entire frame. We sprayed out the sides because it's very difficult to get the metal flashing around the sides, and we sprayed out this finial. So this is kind of the silver color that we chose. Then what we did is we rolled out the flashing, which comes on a fairly large roll, about a 10-foot long roll.
Oh, it does.
And we cut the pieces to scale. So we actually laid this piece out and then just traced around and cut it out. Now it was cut with a tin snip. Then we also ended up by tacking in the frame itself with these small tack nails. So then that secures the flashing onto the frame.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think that would be really distinctive out in the garden.
Yeah, it's a very easy, great look, and it was very inexpensive.
Let me sneak back here behind the mirror and talk about this great clock.
Isn't that great?
Yes, I love that.
That is actually a bullseye, which was basically a corner of a doorway molding. They put those accents. Yeah, it's a bullseye piece. This came from a salvage yard, and then it's actually just a very simple clock that we added on. It's the kind of clock you can buy at a craft store for about $5.
So you could turn anything into a clock.
You got it. What we did was we basically just drilled through the piece itself, the back. This is the backing on the clock, and then we just put the component right through the front and screwed these on.
That's all? Just drill the hole and...
You got it. It was a very simple project time-wise. It's a battery-operated clock, and it's just a really neat look.
Really distinctive look. I like that. Lots of distinctive things today.
Lots of
Speaking of which.
Speaking of which.
Yeah, this is a neat look.
This is a great look. It's done with simple old molding, an old frame, and barn board. And we've created just a really fun kind of folk art-looking piece.
So it's a purchased frame.
It's a purchased frame, an old frame that we've painted out to give it the coloration that it has. Then the actual old molding here, it's this old trim. This was actually kind of a dark brown color, wood color. We painted it out to make it more light and fresh.
Yeah, butterflies aren't that.
Yeah, butterflies aren't normally brown, but yeah, I agree. And then we actually added this here is actually from a wire hanger. We just chopped up a wire hanger, added on the little detail there. The back three pieces here are barn board, which has been put together and tacked onto the frame. So it was a very simple way to do a fun, kind of fresh folk art thing for a country house and a farm, anything like that. It's just a really great look.
I think it's really cute. I like it. I like it a lot. I especially like the clock. That's great. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
And I hope you'll stay with us because when we come back, we are going to do an interior redesign.
29 years, American Pest Control has been taking care of all your pest control needs. Generation after generation, we've been serving you with a smile. We work hard to make sure your family has the quality pest control services they need. We look forward to serving you and your family for generations to come. American Pest Control. Quality service, past, present,
And future!
If I don't get pregnant as a teenager, there's no guarantee that I'll grow up to cure cancer.
Write the great American novel, run my own company, have the world at my feet.
If I wait to have sex,
There's no guarantee.
I'll become the first black president, woman of the year, girl of your dreams. There's no guarantee.
There's no guarantee.
My name will be in lights.
I'll dance on the moon, be whatever I want to be.
But if I give myself the chance, the time, the future,
You never know.
you never know.
You never know.
Set the alarm?
Yep. Stop the mail.
Yep.
Cancel the paper. Turn off the gas.
Yep.
I swear, if we don't find the perfect front door this trip, I give up.
Driving all over town looking for that one hard-to-find item. Lowe's knows how to help. We have over 40,000 items in stock.
Plus hundreds of thousands more you can special order at our great Lowe's prices.
So no matter what you're looking for, you'll find it fast and all in one trip.
Here I am at the Great Wall of China.
When it comes to home improvement, Lowe's knows.
Recent studies have shown that a diet rich in tomato products is associated with a reduced risk of certain types of cancers. And a hot bowl of Campbell's tomato soup is one of the most delicious ways for you to enjoy the goodness of juicy, vine-ripened tomatoes that are picked at the peak of perfection. Want something good for you that tastes good too? We have a soup for that. Campbell's Tomato Soup. Want soup even faster? Try Campbell's ready-to-serve tomato soup. It's even more convenient.
Imagine a place where the colors are your colors and the space is your own. Imagine a place where you can uncover a treasure or create one yourself. A place you can plant a future or build a dream. Imagine a place called home. HGTV, Home and Garden Television. Imagine what you can do.
Now, members of the Interior Arrangement and Design Association are going to show us how to give a contemporary entertainment room a new look simply by rearranging the furniture. Buying a new home can be very exciting, but how do you furnish your new home without spending a fortune? Well, we brought in interior rearrangers Marie Kinneman and Wendy Leppert, members of the Interior Arrangement and Design Association, to show us how to use your old furniture in a fresh, new way. Wendy and Marie interviewed the homeowner to find out what her particular goals were for the living room.
Jane, this is your formal living room, but I know your family has a lot of other uses for it. What do you and your family do in this room?
Well, the kids and I spend a lot of time in the room. The kids watch TV and play. My husband and I watch TV in the evenings, but we also like to use the room for entertaining when we have family and friends over.
Jane, the colors that you've chosen in the past have been rather safe, and I know you want to change that a little bit. What do you have in mind?
Well, we went through a period of the beige blahs. Everything was very neutral, and we'd like to bring out some more vibrant colors and add more color to the house.
Jane left for the day to allow Wendy and Marie to work their magic.
We're excited to come and work today in their beautiful new home. They have furniture from their old home that they're trying to incorporate into a new home that has vaulted ceilings and warm woods, but the color is white. They're still having the painter's white, so they want to introduce their own personality by using color, richer color, and by changing the arrangement of the furniture, we want to give them a whole new look, and so that they can enjoy their home and have it be a reflection of them.
The crew got to work by first removing all of the furnishings. Then, knickknacks and accessories were taken out of the room. Finally, a blank palette for the redesigners to work with. The sofa was angled to face two focal points, the fireplace and the entertainment section. Here's something you don't see very often, two identical chairs side by side.
Adding the second green chair that matches this one. Adds extra seating for the TV viewer, as well as making a love seat.
By adding a floor lamp and an end table, this chair becomes a cozy reading area. Something is not quite right. There we go. A rug is always an easy way to add color and unity to a room. Here's a neat idea. The redesigners found this beautiful bench in the homeowner's yard. By placing it in front of the sofa, they have created a very unusual coffee table. Finally, visual height was created by stacking on top of one another these long and narrow pictures. And a tall ficus tree was added here to accentuate the height of the windows. And now here's the finished makeover. Bold color accents were used to liven up the older furniture, and this beautiful centerpiece becomes a focal point of the room.
It can be a difficult challenge to take furniture that was bought for a different home, and when someone moves into a newer home, have to make it work. We were able to accomplish that today by shopping throughout the home. We went into the bedrooms, the basement, and even outside to pull in what we needed. We were able to maximize the space for TV viewing, entertaining, and we even created a great corner for reading when no one wants to watch TV.
The homeowner could hardly believe it was the same room.
Wow. Oh, it looks fabulous.
Another great job by the members of the Interior Arrangement and Design Association.
HGTV invites you to an incredible Saturday night of decorating tips, ideas, and inspiration. Next week...
Hi, I'm Joan Steppen, and on the next Decorating Center, we will create flow, elegance, and function in a dining room and connecting screen porch.
Then at 9, room by room, we'll show you how to mix wallpapers for a one-of-a-kind look. A whole night of shows that are just your style. Design Time Saturday night. Next Saturday, only on Home and Garden Television.
Every home has a history, a story to tell. From the historical to the haunted.
It can give you the chill, I'm sure.
You won't believe the secrets these walls reveal. If Walls Could Talk, Monday night at 10 on HGTV.
Now there's a Chevy Venture with flip and fold seats and a built-in entertainment system.
I knew I should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque.
Fun things are bound to happen when Chevy and Warner Brothers get together. Introducing the new Warner Brothers edition from Chevy Venture, the most versatile minivan ever. One quick call can help you learn more.
Let's go!
Order now.
Carla, where are you? The meeting started. The world doesn't stop for the flu, but you do. Coughing, chills, fever, and body aches can make you miserable for days on end. But thanks to a new prescription pill, you can start to feel better. Now your doctor can prescribe Tamiflu, a new, easy-to-take pill that goes right to the very cause of the flu, attacking the flu virus itself. As soon as symptoms start, visit your doctor and ask if Tamiflu is right for you, so you can start feeling better. 1 out of 10 may experience mild to moderate nausea or vomiting. Fewer may experience bronchitis, sleeplessness, or dizziness. Tamiflu, helping you get through the flu.
Information about the products or projects on today's episode may be available by calling 423-694-7879 Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, or visit our website at www.hgtv.com. Please note today's episode number.
We're back in the kitchen part of our makeover with Courtney Yasmini and Melissa Kinney. You met her before. Melissa's going to give us a few hints on how to work with greenery and foliage. You had some great hints. We want to pass them on, like oak leaves. I'd be afraid that they'd kind of crumple up and dry up and blow away. Not so.
Well, actually, oak leaves work very well. They will dry. They turn a more sage color, but they hold their shape and they don't crumple. The texture of the leaf is thicker, and that's why they work.
Okay, and then you weren't working with grapevines today. You were working with something else.
I was using honeysuckle vine, and I use that because it's more pliable. Once grapevine has been taken off of a fence and rolled in a coil, it will not flex. You can't pull it apart.
It's
but
really
honeysuckle will pull apart, and you can work with it.
Honeysuckle is the key. And this that I've been playing with, that's so much fun. I would have gone for the hot glue gun, putting stuff together, but you say there's something that's better.
Well, I like using the glue pillows. It's a wood-based glue, and it adheres better, and you will find that your pieces will not fall off of whatever you're gluing onto.
Okay, where are we going to find that?
You can look in craft stores. You may not always find it in the pillow shape, but it comes in a pan also. And so just look for a pillow glue or a pan glue, and that should work.
Okay, great ideas. Thank you so much. Everything turned out so beautifully,
You're
both of you.
welcome. I enjoyed it.
Thanks. And remember, with a little imagination, you can make your decorating dreams come true for less. I'm Joan Stephan. Thank you for watching.
Here's what's coming up next on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night. At 9 on Room by Room, an old bedroom set gets a new look. At 9:30 on Room for Change, a hip, high-tech makeover for an older home. And at 10, it's Interiors by Design. It's all coming up tonight on HGTV.
Nestled in the woodlands along Oregon's northern coast is HGTV's Dream Home 2000. This unique contemporary home will be given away in HGTV's Dream Home 2000 giveaway. Don't miss HGTV's Dream Home 2000, a special presentation, premiering Sunday night at 9 on HGTV.
HGTV's Design Time Saturday night continues with Room by Room next.
Welcome to Room by Room. I'm Sherry Hiller.
And I'm Matt Fox, and this guest bedroom is chock full of do-it-yourself projects.
Well, I don't know about this stuff. It's pretty old and pretty ugly.
I know, but I can fix it so it's the right size, and I know someone who could paint it beautifully.
Well, now that's a trash to treasure I don't want to miss. And you aren't going to want to miss learning how to make your own rag roller, shopping for custom furniture, and seeing a very interesting window covering.
Hey, don't forget lighting and adding personality.
Right.
All on today's
Room by Room.
Here.
Put that right there. You know, more often than not, when you begin a decorating project, you have something you need to work with. In this room, which is going to be the guest room in this house, we have several items we need to work with. First, months ago, I selected this bedding group before the house was even finished because I thought the colors and the patterns were pretty and would be a great inspiration to decorate around. Now, I chose this from a photo and some fabric swatches, and I ordered it through a quick ship program. I had everything I needed to put the bed together in just a few days. Of course, not that I needed it, but it's a perfect solution if unexpected guests are on the way and you need something quick, so keep that in mind. Also, because of this, I chose the wild strawberry carpet. You know, I felt that a guest room located way at the end of the upstairs hall was a good place to try something a little crazy, and so far I'm pretty happy I did. Now, the next selection I made was the wall covering for the bathroom. This was an easy decision because when I saw the paper with the botanical print on it, it was almost like it was meant to be. Okay, now let's take a look at a couple other items we need to work around. Doesn't this old white French provincial furniture look familiar? I know I had something like this when I was growing up, and it's the same situation here. The oldest daughter in this family is married now and has one child, and they are the primary guests that will be using this room. This furniture was hers when she was growing up, so I guess there's no sense buying something new when this room is only going to be used occasionally. And since Matt seems to think he can turn a twin bed into a full-size bed, and he's bringing in a special guest to refinish them, it should be quite an interesting makeover. Well, I've drawn up a floor plan using the old furniture, and I found that there's room for a side chair and perhaps a bench at the end of the bed. You know, little luxuries like this are nice to add to a guest bedroom. When people aren't at their own home, it's nice to make their bedroom as cozy and comfortable as you can. It's one area in your home that they can call their own, even if it's just for a short time. Now, there's one more item we started out with, but you need to take a look at the room a few weeks ago. Do you notice anything different? Look at the walls carefully. That's right, we added a chair rail. And it was somewhat of a dilemma for us because both Matt and I thought that we'd been using a lot of chair rail in this home. We added a stained oak chair rail in the loft. The dining room already had a chair rail. And then we felt compelled to put one in the living room. So we started wondering if we were overdoing it. Then it dawned on us that maybe all that was telling us was that in our eyes, this house was meant to have chair rails. Every room we've used it in looks great, so remember, if your heart is telling you to do something, go ahead. It's probably the right thing to do. And the right thing to do right now is to go check in on Matt.
Oh, sorry. You know, I'm sure you've seen Sherry and I do ragging or even rag rolling before. Both techniques uses bunched up rags to create a fabric-like design, and both techniques are time-consuming and hard on the old arm muscles, if you know what I mean. Well, I decided it was time to make one of our favorite painting techniques easier, so I put together my own rag roller. Watch how this thing works. Well, then you go to the wall and roll away. Well, this makes rag rolling a snap. Well, why don't I show you how to make one of these yourself? You need to start out with a roller frame and a 1/4-inch nap roller cover. You'll also need a good-sized piece of imitation chamois. Now, this is what becomes the rags that are attached to the roller cover. Cut the cloth into 9 4-inch square pieces and grab your staple gun. Starting at one end of the roller cover, place a piece of chamois down and staple it to the cover right in the middle of the square. And make sure that the staple is tight and goes through the cover too. If everything is okay, move over about 2 inches and add another square. Once you have 3 in a row, turn the roller cover a 1/3 of a turn and add another row of 3 chamois squares, staggering their position. All in all, I put 3 rows of 3 chamois squares on my roller, and it works like a charm. I plan to use up to 3 different colors above my chair rail. A light peach first as my base coat, then a deeper pink to top it off, and it helps pick up the carpet color. Then I have a peachy off-white as a standby. If I think the technique is a little bit too bold with the first 2 colors, I'll add a little off-white to tone it down. To clean the roller, use warm water and a lot of elbow grease. I get my fingers in there and really rub the paint off of the chamois. If it dries before you paint again, dampen it to soften the chamois up, and you're ready to go. I want to show you one more time how great this thing works. Beats doing it by hand. Just thought you'd want to know.
While few define what's good or bad in the same way, everyone will agree that there's always room for change. Tonight at 9:30, only on HGTV.
Imagine the world at your fingertips. Imagine what you could find. Gardening ideas, crafts, decorating, remodeling. The perfect design for the perfect room. Looking for a style that's all your own? HGTV.com is your answer and your source. Ideas, information, inspiration, expert advice, plus all the resources you need. HGTV.com. Imagine what you can do.
Buying a car will never be the same, because now you can check out any car you want and see how it stacks up to the competition whenever it's convenient for you. With our website, even when the showroom is closed, we're still open. GMBuyPower.com.
Hey, Miss Crenshaw. Thanks for letting our dog out this weekend.
Oh, was that this weekend?
Need new carpeting? Lowe's knows how to help.
Nobody has more flooring options in stock than Lowe's.
Brand name carpet, rugs, tile,
wood floors, and more.
At Lowe's, guaranteed everyday low prices.
Plus, professional installation is always available.
Golf weekend at the lake? We'd better not.
When it comes to flooring, Lowe's knows.
On the next Extreme Homes, imagine living comfortably with no utility bills to pay. You can do it with Mother Nature on your side. See how one homeowner harnesses the powers of the sun and rain. Then, using beer cans as bricks to build a passive solar home. Extreme Homes, Sunday night at 8:30 on HGTV.
You're watching Room by Room on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
Welcome back. I'm here at Hancock Fabrics ordering furniture, if you can imagine that. I've got all my swatches here from the guest bedroom, and I think I'm going to order this chair in this fabric because it goes so well with everything else we're doing. And I'm even considering this bench. And to help me every step of the way is my favorite fabric expert, Melody Good. Hi, Melody.
Hi.
Melody, tell us why there is furniture in a fabric store.
Well, home decorating is a growing area in our business, and we have a lot of fabrics to select from. So to make it even easier to work with, we've added the custom furniture.
Oh, I'm very excited about that. Now, is this the same type of furniture that I would find in a furniture store?
I really think it's a lot better, and we start off by showing you the inside as well as the outside. We have a solid oak frame, and it's a very heavy frame, a good base, and it's good to have a good base and good products on top of that.
Oh, I can see that. Now, to actually custom design your own furniture, isn't that pretty difficult for people?
Well, anybody in the store can help you do that, but we also have some brochures to make it quick and easy. A basic one would be a three-step method. The first thing that you would do would be select your piece, whether it be a sofa or a chair, an ottoman,
even a sleeper sofa.
Even sleeper. Then you have 8 basic choices here to pick from. And this is designed for you by a designer with cushions and everything picked out.
Very nice.
Then your last choice would be the fabric, which we do have quite a variety of fabrics to choose
thousands.
from.
Now, and it gets even more complicated than this?
Well, it's not really complicated. We've made it very easy, again, using this quick and easy brochure. But again, you would pick out your basic piece that you want to work with. You have arms to pick.
That's wonderful.
You have the skirts. You have pillows. You have the back pillows.
Sure.
And again, all the fabrics that we can offer.
Now, how long would it take to get a custom piece?
We tell you 45 days, but a lot of times it can be delivered to your home in less than that amount of time.
And during that time, then you can coordinate your draperies from here and buy accessories and have a completed look in no time.
Right, you can pay it all out in one place.
That's wonderful. Thank you for all your help. Hey, Melody, I say we go with the bench. What do you think?
Good choice.
Okay.
You know, I bet there's been a lot of people that have had a set of furniture like this before sometime or another in their life. But there's nothing I hate worse than throwing out good, usable furniture. But I agree with Sherry that sometimes it's hard to see the possibilities. Well, just remember, every time you're ready to throw something out, stop for a minute. Think about it and give it just one more chance. So many things could be painted, covered with fabric, or used somewhere else in the house. Well, our needs are twofold for this furniture. First, the bed needs to be made into a full-size bed, since the oldest daughter is now married. And second, the color or the finish on this stuff is really outdated and it needs to be brought into the 90s. Aside from that, these pieces are in great shape. Well, let's start first by resizing the head and footboard to this bed. Since this was a canopy bed, the posters are a little short, and I think the best idea here would be to eliminate the poster look and just top it off the shorter post with a nice finial. In fact, we could just use this old finial and I'll just re-drill the post holes. Now, to widen the distance between the posts, I need to remove the old stretchers and replace them with new ones. Since the stretchers were originally made out of a laminated press board, they are stuck in the post. The easiest solution is to just cut them off using a coping saw. Once that has been accomplished, I use the old pieces to draw a template the size I need on a piece of brown paper. I'm using the end detail just as it is, and the same with the middle. Then I just fill in between. Next, we'll transfer the shape to a piece of birch plywood and cut it out with a jigsaw. To make the new headboard blend in with the design of the rest of the furniture, I routed the edge with a roundover bit with a pilot bearing attached to the bit to mimic the detail of the original headboard. To attach the new headboard to the post, there's no longer a slot for it, so it'll be a butt joint with the post. To make it sturdy, I drilled in some holes on the opposite side of the post, creating a countersink hole for long screws to go through the posts into the new headboard. Then we'll either fill the holes with putty or cap them off with little wooden buttons. For the side rails, I'm going to use the original metal frame that'll slide right into the posts. Now it's going to take me some time to finish this up, but when we come back, I'm going to introduce Avery, a marvelous artisan who will teach us all how to do some creative painting on this old furniture. Don't go away.
Don't let the carpet installers leave with your extra pieces of carpet. They're great for patching stains or carrying with you for matching other decorative items.
For the last 29 years, American Pest Control has been taking care of all your pest control needs. Generation after generation, we've been serving you with a smile. We work hard to make sure your family has the quality pest control services they need. We look forward to serving you and your family for generations to come. American Pest Control. Quality service, past, present,
And future!
BIG technology chips. Great buy. Good.
Big tech chips. Huh. At SunTrust, our advisors believe investing should be based on individual planning, not the tip of the day.
Big tech chips. Buy now.
So if you're looking for solid financial help, call SunTrust. Smart investing starts here.
Well, I really can't say, Eileen. All I know is the stock is going through the roof.
Nice try. Now get in.
Hate painting? Lowe's knows how to help. Lowe's has everything you need to get the job done quick and easy.
All at guaranteed everyday low prices.
Our paint experts can recommend the best paint for any job, like Olympic Ultimate Performance Interior Paint. It's the ultimate paint for any project.
When it comes to paint, Lowe's knows.
For centuries, our kings were cursed.
The sedans had narrow handrails, making them hard to control in the corners. Eventually, it was learned wider is better.
With its speed-sensitive steering technology, the wide-track Grand Prix gives you precise control in the corners.
Your young bull, Taquito.
Wider is better. Current GM owners and lessees, apply your loyalty-driven offer and get this great lease deal of $259 a month. Call for important lease details. See your Pontiac dealer today.
Big weekend? Swing set, French doors, doghouse. Wow.
Bye, Daddy!
Bye, Pumpkin.
Bye, honey. Love you.
Love you too, sweetheart.
You need some help?
Oh, no, it doesn't hurt. It's just hard to drive.
Ourhouse.com. We're here to help.
Choose room colors for the people using the room. Bright, warm-colored rooms are a perfect match for bubbly, gregarious people. Well, hi, welcome back. You know, I always love the second half of the show because this is when things really start coming together. For instance, Matt's homemade rag roller really did a beautiful job creating a rag rolling look without all the hard work. But once that was complete, I still felt like it needed something, almost like a contrast welding that you would put on a piece of upholstery to jazz it up a bit. Well, contrast welding for walls can come in the form of a border. And this roping border seemed to pull together all of the colors we have in the bedding, the furniture, and the walls. So it was perfect. In fact, it looked so nice, we put it above the chair rail and at the ceiling, too. And here's something else you haven't seen yet, our new custom upholstery pieces. The chair and the bench turned out so nice, and are they ever comfortable? Now let's take a look at that interesting window treatment I mentioned earlier. I made the draperies out of extra fabric that I ordered with the bedding, and I decided to go long in this room to get a little more formal look. Since it's for guests, a little formality is okay. Then all I did was cut 2 lengths of the fabric, hemmed the sides and the bottom, and sewed in a pocket at the top. Now this middle section was just a rectangle with the ends curved up, hemmed all around, and a pocket put in the top as well. And the rod that they are hanging on is very unique. In fact, it's one of a kind because our guest Avery hand-painted it for me. So it's just a little sneak preview of what's to come. Now here's the part of the window treatment that is really interesting. This blind is called a duet honeycomb shade. Honeycomb because the fabric is put together in such a way as to create a honeycomb appearance from the side. It is made, however, with the Duolite hardware, which means you can have a sheer fabric during the daytime, and surprise, at night, a semi-opaque fabric. Or, if you want, the blind will even stack all the way up. Now, is that cool or what? Okay, now close your eyes for a second so we can set the furniture up. Then Matt will introduce you to our special guest.
All right, you got to see this furniture. Remember the bed we were working on, the Trash to Treasure? Well, this is what it turned out to look like, and that was because of my friend Avery here from Canada. Avery, welcome to the States.
Thanks, Matt.
What a great job you did here.
Thank you.
How long have you been restoring furniture and working with furniture?
Well, it was about 16 years ago, I guess, and I started having an eye for antiques and furniture and specializing in the paints that they were using on them and the colors and the texture.
Right. And you learn by just doing, don't you?
Yeah, it's basically trial and error. Yeah,
right, but you have a tremendous eye. He's like Sherry. He can pick colors from anything. In fact, your inspiration pieces were just like Sherry's inspiration pieces for this room. Yeah. Using the dust ruffle.
I took all her colors that she's had in her swatches and applied them to the bed and dressers. And
I can't believe this is the same bed. In fact, here's the befores of the bed and the cabinet that we're going to talk about a little bit later. It's amazing what you've done with the bed. I want to highlight one part, though. And back here on the headboard, this applique here, you bought that at a hardware store or something like that?
Yeah, any home hardware store.
And it's just a piece of wood that's already detailed out for you. Then what's the next step for you?
The next step for anyone that wants to do it is I put a brown for my base coat, and it's a brown latex paint, and you could use any color you'd like for your base.
Okay.
And then you apply your foil over the top, so the color you use on the base will show through.
Okay. If you've ever done gold leafing, or anybody who's done it, it's so expensive.
Gold leafing.
So this foil actually is a much cheaper process. This isn't a glue that you put on after the paint?
Yes, after the paint, there's 2 coats of adhesive. You put one on, let it dry, and then you put your second, and wait till it dries clear. It goes on like a white.
Why don't you show me how the foil goes on?
Sure. Actually, it's fairly simple.
Okay.
You make sure you get the right side down.
Okay.
So then we just apply it over top, and you just rub it on. You can use a dowel or anything you'd like, and then you just pull it off. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So you want some of the brown showing.
I've always wanted to try gold leafing, but I was afraid of the cost, so you've taught me how to do something very inexpensive.
Yes,
Look how nice that turned out. Well, I want to talk about the painting of furniture, but the cabinet actually is much better because you use a lot more colors in there. Why don't we step over to that?
Sure.
Avery, I can't believe it. This isn't the same white cabinet.
Yes, it is, Matt.
I told you, he's good, isn't he? Okay, you work in steps. Let's start right away. What's the first step that you do?
The sanding.
You sand it down?
We sand everything down, yep.
Okay. And then you're trying to get to what? Just bare wood, or you just start?
No, just rough up the paint so we can put our base coat on.
So the paint will be here.
Yeah, right.
This is your base coat.
Yes.
You just painted everything brown. Good place to use leftover paint if you have leftover paint. All right. And then the next step is?
The next step was the dark green.
Okay, which is this color here. Now, what is this color here for?
This is the lighter color that we've washed in just to give more depth to it.
Okay, but I also noticed that you left a little brown showing through here. What is that for?
That's just to give it an age look, and actually the more depth, the better.
Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Now, how do you get this light color on?
You just dry brush it on.
You want to show me that?
Sure. Let me just take a paint brush load a little bit of paint into it.
Okay.
And you sort of start from the middle, and you just pull it.
I see what you're doing there.
See, you want it to...
Yeah, you want to feather it a little bit,
Yeah, feather up to the
That's okay, you got my thumb.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
No? Okay.
They're right there. Now, the next step is a little tricky. This gives it the age look. What was that?
Well, this we give it a light sanding.
Okay.
And what we did after is we put a stain on.
Just a wiping stain?
Yeah, a wiping stain, yeah.
Okay. Can you do anything with the stain? Do you leave it on, or do
you can leave it on, let it dry a bit, and if you think it's too much or you want to shade it a bit more, take a rag with some thinner and start washing it.
This is what the stain to me is really what gives it the age look.
Yeah.
But then you finish it off with the details, again using the applique.
Yep.
The gold leafing here that you put on, actually the foil, much cheaper. He even did the knobs on the cabinet. I tell you, really good. And all I'd have to say to folks out there, and I'm sure you agree, you can get this look if you play around with it. But if you can't, you can always hire a gentleman like Avery to give you a nice piece. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. You're the man.
Sherry, too.
You bet. When we come back, we'll be bringing in the stuff.
This week's information from Room by Room is available on our website at hgtv.com, or send $5 to Room by Room, Box 50970, Knoxville, Tennessee 37950. Be sure to include the week number on your envelope.
Design at 9, a full hour of decorating ideas, information, and inspiration that are just your style. Monday night on Design at 9.
On the next Kitty Bartholomew Your Home, I'm going to show you some clever ways to help you make better use of the space you already have.
Then, Country at Home features the folksy style of artist Warren Kimball. Watch him at work in his rustic studio. That's all part of Design at 9. Monday night, only on HGTV. Imagine what you can do.
My furniture needs can be summed up in one word: storage. It's color and texture that create an overall design theme. I've always been drawn to the simplicity of sacred design. Introducing EA Kids by Ethan Allen. I've always believed that form should follow function. Everyone's at home with Ethan Allen, even kids. It's the comforter really that ties the whole room together. There's a sale on now.
You can take great ideas from HGTV's Room by Room home with you. Matt and Sherry are putting together their great ideas for windows, walls, floors, furniture, and more in one home video. Great ideas.
Room by Room.
To order your home video, visit our website at hgtv.com or call 1-800-HGTV-275. It's just $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Have your major credit card ready. Great ideas. Room by Room.
Hey, Dad, you want to play some catch?
Sorry, son, I'm busy.
Wouldn't it be great if there were two of you?
Hey, Dad, you want to play some catch?
Sure, son.
One to do the things you want to do, and one to do the things you have to do. Well, Lowe's knows how to help.
With professional installation on most anything.
Flooring, doors,
lighting, and more. All by certified professional installers.
At Lowe's guaranteed everyday low prices, which leaves you free to do the things you really enjoy.
Dad, when's it? When it comes to professional installation, Lowe's knows.
Well, welcome back. If you remember, the furniture set did not have a nightstand with it, so I went out and bought one of those inexpensive round particle board tables. Then with a 90-inch round table skirt and the 70-inch round coordinating topper, I'm all set. Just added a lamp and a few of the personal items from this woman's childhood. And with the bedding, I ordered a couple of coordinating pillows, and of course this old bear is certainly going to bring back some memories. Now, I left the area over the bed clear because I felt there was enough to see right here, but I did find a great-looking painting to place at the side edge of the bed to give that wall some interest, too. Now, back over to the chair, of course, we have a real comfy throw and a nice collection of small floral prints that could never compete with the huge painting across the room by themselves, but as a group, they're just about the same size, so they work. Now, the dresser has become a perfect spot for a pretty arrangement, Grandma's old jewelry box, and a grouping of candlesticks. And I decided to let the mirror just lean on the wall because I had to hang it so high to miss the chair rail and the border that it looked disjointed from the dresser. So leaning it is a good solution. Well, just look around. There isn't much left to do, except the scrapbook, and I'll be right back.
Sherry, I don't feel worthy with this room.
You don't?
No, I feel like I should just do the work and leave. It's too pretty.
It really did turn out beautiful, but you're allowed to be in pretty rooms.
Thank you. The inspiration piece.
The inspiration, bedding. In a bedroom, it's almost always the inspiration piece. And not so much the top as the printed fabric is really what led us even into the bathroom, too, huh?
Well, it gave us all our colors, and speaking of that,
right.
For the In the Know, I taught you how to make your own little rag roller, and I used it in this room, and it worked great. The only thing I did differently, when I was done doing the first coat with the rag roller, I went over the walls with a rag with a softer peach color that we talked about and toned down the darker color a little bit. But
okay, so it was a color thing more than it was.
Yeah, but this is so speedy. It saves so much time.
I thought
Try this at home.
Very
Have
good.
fun.
$7 to put that together, which is a pretty neat, neat idea. Then I went out and about to find our custom furniture, and what a neat idea. I never expected to find furniture in a fabric store, but work with the experts, and I felt very comfortable with the fabric choice when I was done. I got a chance to actually sit right in the chair. I mean, you can't beat that, so we got a great deal on our furniture.
Well, speaking of furniture, the trash to treasure, do you remember this bed? It was a little twin bed that we made into a bigger bed, a full bed, and it was basically doing the footboard and the headboard, buying the lumber, cutting it into shape of the old bed, $70 to take a twin to a full.
That's incredible. I mean, it could have just been trash.
Right.
I'm so proud of you on
You
that.
have to do things like that.
Then we did the windows,
Mhm.
again using fabric that I purchased at the same time I bought the bedding, and that was a simple project. You just take the fabric as it is, right off the roll, and cut your panels, make all the hems and everything, went together in a snap.
You need a sewing show. You were very good at sewing, very
Well, maybe one day we'll go into my little sewing room and take
good.
some...
Well, you know, you're talking about the experts. We
Yeah.
had Avery come in, talk about this bed, painting the bed and painting the cabinet. The man made the room.
Yes, he did.
He did a great job. And it was fun
Wonderful.
working with him because he's very, very good about teaching and sharing his ideas too. And I appreciate
yes.
that.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, Avery.
We really enjoyed your stay. And adding personality.
Nice job.
Finished off the room, and not that many pieces. Some of them were old items that this woman had as she was growing up, then a few pictures and prints here and there, and the room turned out beautiful.
Yes, you know, you're learning, and I'm learning all the time too, to look for those little items around the house that you may have already and put them in the room, and they seem to fit,
Dress
don't
things
they?
up,
Yeah.
and we'll do that probably in the next room too. So come back and join us on the next
Room by Room. Bye, folks.
Here's what's coming up next on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night. At 9:30 on Room for Change, a suburban home becomes an urban loft. Then at 10 on Interiors by Design, the do's and don'ts of Art Deco. And at 10:30, it's Bed and Bath Design. It's all coming up tonight on HGTV.
Let's get together for a little romance. Feel nice. Kiss me. Let's get together for a little romance. Romance Week on HGTV.
All next week. And now, HGTV's Design Time Saturday night continues with Room for Change.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Room for Change. I'm Joanne Liebler. What you see here is a home built in the 1940s. Inside, you will see very traditional and cozy furnishings, but what you see isn't what you'll get. We are going to transform the interior to the look of a New York loft-style apartment. We will start in the living room and adjoining dining room. And currently, those rooms are decorated in a traditional, kind of country style. We will take the space from its middle American mainstream look to a bolder, more industrial style, using a color palette of black and white. Then we'll move into the spare room in the house, which is being used as a combination office guest room. We will reclaim this room, currently suffering from the decorating neglect, which often befalls a catch-all room, and turn it into a cozy den, but a den that could still function as a guest room and office. We are going to have all that plus designer tips, so stick with us. Hi and welcome. Today we are in the first home of a newly married couple, and it's a very traditional and cozy looking home. One problem though, it's all hand-me-down furniture and the couple wants some drastic changes made. So we're going to tackle a couple of different spaces, one of them being this very dining room. It's a cute dining room, nice blue on the walls, and this is a dinette set that belonged to the girl's mother, and you can just imagine all the milk and cookies that were served here. And this room actually adjoins the living room in an L shape. And the living room, too, has a very homey and traditional look with the braided rug and the floral sofa and the green walls. But while that's very colorful and comfortable, it's not what the homeowners want. They want something more sophisticated, and the person who's going to create that for us is Craig Olson.
Hi, how are you, Joanne?
I'm fine. How are you, Craig?
Well, good. I brought along this picture of Grand Central Station that it happens to belong to the homeowners, and they adore the picture. And I was able to find 3 or 4 others of New York City. And so what I'm going to really do is create this loft, sort of Soho, Greenwich Village, urbane look right here in a Cape Cod house.
Just with artwork, huh?
Just with artwork and the color scheme.
And what will that be?
Well, it's black and white with just a surprise of color.
Wow,
So it's going to be fun. Oh yeah, totally fun.
That does sound very sophisticated, very city-like.
Oh, it's absolutely, you know, penthouse, whatever, loft. It's great.
Great, let's get started.
Okay, let's do it.
We began by emptying the room of all its furnishings. Then, we painted the walls with creamy white paint to help open up the room and create a lighter feel. The white walls make a crisp contrast against the hardwood floors and blend well with the painted woodwork around the windows. Next, we layered the hardwood floor with a black and white area rug in a wonderful geometric design. The bold black and white check is reminiscent of a 1950s tile pattern, while the swirls give it a more updated look. The fluidity of the swirl creates wonderful movement throughout the room. In place of the floral sofa, we added a contemporary black leather sofa, repositioned along the longer wall between the windows. This solid black leather essential is stark and sleek in style and creates bold contrast against the creamy wall. A black and chrome recliner and coordinating black leather chair round out the seating area. The leather and chrome give voice to the funky high-tech style, while the solid black leather chair is a bit more austere, creating an asymmetrical contemporary look. The form and scale make them comfortable enough for serious lounging. A round glass-top chrome coffee table was next. The frosted glass and chrome serve to create a weightless floating effect, which offsets the heaviness of the sofa, while the round shape adds wonderful contrast to the bold diamond shapes in the rug. And the industrial strength wheels enhance the chaotic sense of movement in the rug. In the opposite corner, a long metal table and modified wingback chair finish off the seating area. The glass-top table is narrow in scale, nestling unobtrusively back in the corner, while the brushed steel is sturdy enough to hold its own against the black leather. Now for the accessories. To keep the industrial, spacious mood of this urban contemporary style, we chose mostly black and white accessories. For the walls, a collection of black and white photographs depicting urban life creates drama throughout the room. The uniformity of the artwork is offset by creative positioning. In this case, a photograph propped on the floor beneath the window adds an unexpected twist. Sumptuous black velvet pillows on the sofa create texture and softness without upsetting the stark, sleek effect of the leather piece.
This is such a bold choice, and it's beautiful. There's only one problem with choosing such a dramatic red arrangement.
What?
The people who've been watching this in black and white TV are missing it.
Oh, so they're seeing black flowers.
Yeah, right.
Well, Joanne, I mean, it is kind of fun to do this one glorious impact of color. You could do even a seasonal kind of look with this black and white color scheme. And what I think is fun, too, is you don't really maybe realize, but white is the absence of all color, and black is all color combined. So really what we've done is there's a lot of color going on here, but it comes out black and white.
Aha, and you're going to carry that scheme right through to the dining room?
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Okay.
With the living area finished, we turned our attention to the dining area. Out goes the dinette set and all the accessories to clear the way for the new urban loft-style look. The walls get the same creamy white paint as the living area to help instill a sense of spaciousness. Next, a contemporary light fixture replaces the more traditional brass chandelier. The geometric shape of the fixture conjures up images of a true milestone in technology, the blimp, and it serves to enhance the modern feel of the room. Next, we added a dining table and chairs. The cherry wood, contrasted against synthetic office chairs in both black and gray, creates a wonderfully industrial flavor to the dining area. Sawhorse-style legs further add to the industrial look. The gutsy use of office chairs offers a unique and, more importantly, comfortable twist to enhance hours of lively dinner conversation. Next, we added a variety of clean lined accessories. The built-in shelves become wonderful focal points when adorned with a sparse arrangement of silver vases and the homeowner's china and crystal. Finally, we finished off the look by setting the table. And here, we let color go wild. We chose plates bordered with a variety of primary colors. The centerpiece is a simple collection of silver candlesticks offset with fresh green apples. And with that, our look is complete.
Craig, what a look. This urban, sophisticated look with office chairs.
Well, you know, what could be more comfortable? They rotate, they're on wheels, they lean back. I mean, you could sit here for 3 more hours with a dinner party. And I just thought it was kind of a fun, industrial, high-tech look. But then I actually sort of toned the room down a little bit with a wooden table.
Yeah, that seems, it almost gives it a rustic feeling, and yet the whole look works.
Well, it is rustic in the sense that it is, you know, it's not a high sheen table, it's very smooth. But Joanne, it does have these heavy, sort of industrial-looking sawhorse-styled legs.
Well, the total look works, and I'm surprised.
Well, I am too.
All right. Good work, and stay tuned, because next we're going to turn Craig loose on one of those catch-all rooms that we all have in our house, where all kinds of styles and decorating is in there, and we're going to actually make that into a very cozy den. But before we do that, let's take a look at the transformation of both the living room and this dining room.
Before, this L-shaped living and dining space was decorated in a traditional, somewhat country style, and it didn't really reflect the personality of the young couple that lives here. But now, the stark black and white color scheme and more contemporary furnishings make a bold transformation for a hip, industrial look.
This program is brought to you by Lazy Boy, where we make the rooms that make a home.
So, Al, the owners are gone for 2 weeks?
Yeah, and this Lazy Boy sofa is sweet.
Hey, I found the remote.
No, seen it, skip it.
Wait, go back. Look, Lazy Boy. Call us now at 1-800-MAKE-A-HOME, and we'll send you a Lazy Boy home furnishings kit absolutely free.
Wow.
It features a great selection of Lazy Boy furniture, plus decorating tips on matching patterns, fabrics, and colors.
Go for it.
Call 1-800-MAKE-A-HOME now.
Hello,
Hello, Lazy Boy.
Millions of allergy sufferers know something their doctors don't. Because they haven't told their doctors, they suffer from congestion. But doctors know about something, too. Prescription allergy medicines that relieve congestion. Your doctor can clear things up.
Set the alarm?
Yep. Stop the mail.
Yep.
Cancel the paper. Turn off the gas.
Yep.
I swear, if we don't find the perfect front door this trip, I give up.
Driving all over town looking for that one hard-to-find item. Lowe's knows how to help. We have over 40,000 items in stock.
Plus hundreds of thousands more you can special order at our great Lowe's prices.
So no matter what you're looking for, you'll find it fast and all in one trip.
Here I am at the Great Wall of China.
When it comes to home improvement, Lowe's knows.
If you're one of the 36 million people who wear dentures, this is big. Holoden Overnight with PolyShield cleans tough stains overnight, then forms an invisible barrier to keep you feeling fresh all day.
On the next Dream House. No finances and more problems are making Dean very tense.
I've had words with Barry. I've had words with everybody involved in this project.
But our homeowner is learning some tough lessons.
This should be a lesson in how not to do a project.
Dream House, Monday night at 10:30 on HGTV. You're watching watching Room for Change, part of HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
Welcome back. Today, Craig Olson and I are working in the quaint home belonging to a young married couple, and we just transformed their living room and dining room from a very cozy, floral, nice home-style look to an urban, sophisticated New York loft look. It looks great, Craig.
Thanks.
And now we are going to tackle a spare room in this house that is like a room that we all have.
Everybody has one.
Yes, it's a little bit office, it's a little bit guest bedroom, but nothing quite goes together, does it?
Well, if the guests had to stay in that room, they would only stay for 2 nights and then they'd be gone.
No. So what have you got in mind?
Well, I really want to make it a cozy room that if you did have a guest, they would feel very much at home and would not feel like you're living in their office. And I would like to also, if you're working as office work, you're still in a nice room, a nice environment, very pretty. And so I've kind of chosen some colors of all the different colors that you could do. I'm going more towards what I'm calling Aztec gold, which is really quite 1950s looking, throwing in some wonderful sort of tawny colors, and then with all blonde furniture. I'm not wearing this because I'm cold. It's to show us what color is going to be there.
So much for the black and white. We're going for color.
Absolutely, but very subtle, quiet, comforting color. That's different.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Getting down to business, we cleared everything out of the room. With the room empty, we began our work by painting the walls a muted green. The addition of a rug is just the beginning for the new, cozy, comfortable style. The tulip pattern is a William Morris-inspired design. The clarity of color sets the tone for the rest of the pieces that will furnish this room. Next, we added off-white Roman shades to the windows. We chose the simple look of the canvas shades to create privacy while maintaining a fresh, clean-lined look. Okay, let's make this space functional. The homeowner's desk and coordinating file cabinet will be perfect for our new look. The clean-lined 50s-style desk contributes both function and form, while the pale blonde wood helps keep things from feeling too heavy and dark. The brushed metal file cabinet recalls the industrial look in the living room, and it helps create an eclectic feel. In place of a guest bed, we added an overstuffed sleeper chair and matching ottoman and paired them with a round table. The dual functions of this overstuffed sleeper chair are key to this room's role as both a guest room and a den. The matching ottoman has several functions as well, with a top that lifts up for convenient storage of bedding. A small round table finishes off this seating area with brushed steel legs that coordinate with a file cabinet. Finally, some carefully chosen accessories pull the look of this room together. In the corner, a privacy screen is a must-have for any guest room or office. In this case, the blonde wood and smoked glass panes coordinate perfectly with the other pieces in the room. On the side table, a clock and lamp will make things convenient and comfortable for house guests. And with that, this room is complete.
Craig, I don't think I've ever seen a chartreuse office chair before.
Isn't that terrific?
Yes, this says 50s to me. It kind of screams 50s.
Well, the whole room really does, Joanne, because of the color, the blonde wood of the desk and the accessories. But it's really fun to have a room like this in this house. The rest of the house is all black and white, and then you come in here to this wonderful sort of warm, surrounding green-gold combination.
You've made it very practical because this can pull out as a bed. Is that correct?
This is the sleeper sofa.
Perfect.
Twin size, like it was here before, but a lot better. Serves again a double purpose because now you can curl up here, read a book, or you can have a guest over and unwind it.
So you set out to make this room a more comfortable office and guest room, but also kind of a den, and hey, we got a 3-for-1 room.
Absolutely, because you can just be comfortable in here or work.
Good work.
Thanks.
And stick around, because when we come back, we're going to get the benefit of Craig's designer tips. But before we do that, let's take another look at the transformation of this room.
Before, this room had the look of a neglected space that was strictly functional but not very inviting. Now, the room is bright, cheery, and comfortable for a wide range of uses, from an office to a place to relax. It'll definitely be a wonderful place for overnight guests to stay.
yourself serving in today's Peace Corps?
I wanted adventure. I wanted to go out, learn about a new culture, learn a new language, and bring it back to the United States.
You know for sure for 2 years it's going to be like nothing you've ever experienced. I joined the Peace Corps because I think Peace Corps as a development organization is one of the best in the world.
My dream of becoming a physician, if anything, has become enhanced.
The best part of my experience here, I think, as a volunteer is that I found a second family.
I think one of the best things you can do with your time, it's a great program where you can come and help people out. I'm excited about it.
There's a role for you in Peace Corps. It never really feels like work. You love what you're going through. You're helping people, you're working in the community, and people really appreciate you so much for every little bitty thing that you do.
It's fun.
Make a difference. Join the Peace Corps. It's the toughest job you'll ever love.
I was ashamed of it.
For millions,
I'd actually have to hide.
gas can be a serious problem, but Phazime starts to work on contact. To relieve gas, Phazime Fast.
Phazime, it works just like that.
Relieve gas, Phazime Fast.
Imagine what you can do when you order the HGTV Ideas magazine. Every issue is filled with ideas, inspiration, and information you can use in and around your home and garden. Plus, every issue includes detailed program listings to tell you what's on each program and when. To order, visit our website at hgtv.com or call 1-800-340-5898. It's just $9.97 for a full year subscription. Please have your major credit card ready.
At the Home Depot, we can help you make something great out of a little lumber, or a can of paint, even a few pieces of ceramic tile. We can also help you make something great out of yourself. Join one of America's most successful and admired companies. Join the Home Depot. If you like improving things, have we got a job for you? The Home Depot. Great careers built here. Call us toll-free.
Trying to balance the latest decorating trends with your own personal tastes? Let HGTV's experts lend you a hand. Dare to go wherever your imagination takes you. Design at 9, weeknights at 9, only on HGTV.
At this point in the program, you get the benefit of designer tips. Craig Olson is with me, and we have returned to this beautiful dining room you've created in our loft-style apartment, New York loft-style.
New York.
Now, you're going to tell us about tricking the eye with scale, and I don't even think I know what that means.
Well, Joanne, it really is scale to the room. This is not a very large dining room. So if you notice, this table really is only 30 by 60 inches, which is the size of a normal desk. So right away, the table is smaller. What I've done is I've brought the eye down to the table with use of a lot of color, but against all these white walls, so that you have the illusion that there's a lot of space around you, because your attention is drawn now to the table. For instance, there are 11 candlesticks on this table, which is a lot.
That is a lot.
But they're all small, they're all half circles, they're cut out, they are all chrome, so there's wonderful reflection back of the glasses of the apples, and it just has an industrial look, but a smoothness to it because they're round, they're soft and everything, but they keep the eye right to the middle of the table.
Okay, so one tip is if you have a smaller room, maybe lighter wall.
Absolutely.
Splash on the color at the table.
Your attention is there.
And reflective surfaces, different levels, and that's how you can trick the eye with scale.
Absolutely.
All
Absolutely.
Right. Now, is there another look that you want to try out on here?
And I want to show our viewers that right now.
Great.
All right.
Okay, Craig, you've gone from several candle holders to just 3, but they're way over scale. They're big.
But, Joanne, they bring your eye to the middle of the table.
That's true.
So there again, you feel you're not aware of your surroundings. You're not aware that you're in a small dining room because your eye is indeed right here.
Well, I suppose the other reason that these larger candle holders work is because they are clear and you can see through to the other people on the table.
Absolutely, and it's almost the lack of color, if you will, that draws your eye. The black and the white, it draws your eye.
Now, you have some other tips for us regarding scale with artwork.
Absolutely. Take a small little picture, make it great big, and I'm going to show you how to do it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Now, this is a trick that I already knew about. If you've got a smaller room, you put a mirror on the wall, it makes it seem larger.
Well, that's true, but if you put it opposite a window, it brings another window into the room, and it gives the illusion of even more width. Marty.
He won up to me, I guess, on that one. Okay.
And another thing you can do with the mirror is, again, it's almost industrial looking because it's the black metal. It's heavy. Take a wonderful little photograph. For instance, this is a shop in Paris, which is really quite fun. And you would just tie that with maybe some black grosgrain ribbon or some fishing wire, and you get the illusion of this picture on a mirror. You're not even sure where the picture is. Is it in this room, that room? Where is it? So it just gives a wonderful, fun detail.
That is a great little tip. So that's one way to, and it's also smaller scale. Obviously, something about the same size wouldn't work.
No. You would want it to keep, because it's almost like the mirror has become the matting. That's the whole idea.
Fooling the eye with scale
Absolutely.
is the whole theme of the tips in this segment. Now we just have to learn how to fool the scale with your weight every morning.
Oh, I turn it down 10 pounds.
There we go.
There we do.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Craig. And stick around because in just a few minutes we're going to discuss our favorites.
If you have questions or comments, please write to Room for Change, in care of HGTV, Box 50970, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37950. And be sure to include the episode number and your daytime phone number.
HGTV's Before and After is on the job site with another amazing remodeling project this week. A generation ago, a young couple built this home with their own hands. Now their son has decided to remodel it for his wife, his children, and his mother. Before and After, Sunday night at 8 on HGTV.
Every home has a history, a story to tell. From the historical to the haunted.
It can give you the chill, I'm sure.
You won't believe the secrets these walls reveal. If Walls Could Talk, Monday night at 10 on HGTV.
So, you've managed to point and click your way into too much debt.
Why not point and click your way out of debt with a second mortgage from Ditech.com? Whether you have equity or no equity, good credit or not so good credit, Ditech has a second mortgage with absolutely no closing costs to help you lower your monthly payments now. So point and click your way out of high-interest, non-tax deductible credit card debt at Ditech.com.
Or call us at 1-800-71-FIXED. Ditech.com.
The Mantis Tiller Cultivator is making gardening easier for everyone. The Mantis weighs just 20 pounds, so it's easy to carry and operate. Yet the unique patented tines and powerful two-cycle engine lets you cut through hard soils and dig down to 10 inches deep. Mantis is so easy to handle that weeding and cultivating, even in tight places, is a snap. And with the optional Mantis attachments, you can dig furrows, trim hedges, aerate and dethatch your lawn, cut professional-looking borders, and remove weeds from cracks. Mantis's superior performance and rugged dependability is backed by a 2-year warranty and a lifetime warranty on the tines against breakage. So you get years of trouble-free service. The Mantis Tiller is now available at factory direct prices. So call for your free information pack with details on our 1-year money-back guarantee.
The preservation of our nation's history is one of my greatest passions. Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Every Sunday night on HGTV, we'll hear the stories behind some of the country's most extraordinary restoration projects.
It's a community in Louisiana, a garden in Florida, and a historic district in Delaware.
Join me for Restore America.
Interactive versions of Restore America with Bob Vila can be enjoyed on Web TV and WorldGate. For more information about interactive television, visit hgtv.com.
Today we visited the home of a newly married young couple and their house full of hand-me-down furniture. Well, they wanted to get rid of that hand-me-down furniture and create a more urban, sophisticated look. That's just what we did for them. We started in the living room, which also adjoins the dining room. Now, this space was rather traditional, although very cozy with bright colors and floral patterns and braided rugs. The dinette set was a hand-me-down from the mother. We changed it drastically into a very sophisticated, almost techno look, all in black and white. Well, with the exception of a little splash of color, that is. After that, we turned our attention to a spare room, which was serving as a combination office and guest room, and it was a hodgepodge of mismatched furniture. We gave some cohesion and unity to that room, bringing in an all-new color scheme, sort of a 50s look, and created a space that was still an office, still a spare bedroom, but also more like a den. A space where you'd want to spend some time. And Craig Olson, you just did brilliant work today.
Oh, thank you very much.
You're very welcome. What was one of your favorite things to do?
Well, I think, Joanne, probably my most favorite was all the different art in the living and dining room because of the strength of it, the black and white, number one, and then just the strength of the subject matter. Grand Central Station, Chrysler Building. It just gave a lot of dimension to the space.
It gave it that New York loft look.
Exactly, like you were looking out the window.
Well, I liked the cocktail table that you selected for the living room. That was circular, see-through, so you could see the swirls of the carpet underneath it. But then you had to top it off with that beautiful bowl and the stark vase of flowers. It was just beautiful. You were right on target with that one.
Well, thank you.
Great job. Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
All right, Craig. And that is Mr. Craig Olson. He is with Dayton's Interior Design Studio. And at this point in time, we'd like to remind you to look around your own house because you may have a room for change. I'm Joanne Liebler. Thanks for watching.
Kitty Bartholomew Your Home explains why rethinking space can dramatically improve your home's look. Then Country at Home shows why folk art can be a creative and colorful home accessory. It's all part of Design at 9, Monday night on HGTV.
On the next Extreme Homes, imagine living comfortably with no utility bills to pay. You can do it with Mother Nature on your side. See how one homeowner harnesses the powers of the sun and rain. Then, using beer cans and bricks to build a passive solar home. Extreme Homes, Sunday night at 8:30 on HGTV.
Nestled in the woodlands along Oregon's northern coast is HGTV's Dream Home 2000. This unique contemporary home will be given away in HGTV's Dream Home 2000 giveaway. Don't miss HGTV's Dream Home 2000, a special presentation, premiering Sunday night at 9 on HGTV.
HGTV's Design Time Saturday night continues with Interiors by Design. Next.
Decorating styles from the past can take a fresh new attitude in today's design. Today, Art Deco gets an update in one living room. We'll see how old and new world elegance blend in a Miami master suite. And we'll visit a Manhattan penthouse that mixes a classic look with the latest technology. I'm Chris Madden, and welcome to Interiors by Design. One mark of an interesting room is how past design styles can be made new again in a contemporary way. One of those styles is from the 20s and 30s and is called Art Deco. It's a look that's easy to recognize. Art Deco uses geometry and symmetry of design as a main idea. You see it in intricate fabric patterns, sharp angles in architecture and furniture, and the use of metallics in accessories.
This is a Deco building that was built in the 20s. This had been the quintessential 70s apartment with all mirror and glass and chrome, just about everywhere you looked. Platforms, upholstered walls, and aubergine. So I wanted to change the palette, change the feeling, and bring it back to the Deco era.
Well, I think you certainly did in such a wonderful way, starting with the moldings, which just wrap around the room, and then you use this soft gray, almost like a leather on the walls.
That's a very good way to describe it. I call it wet cement, the color of no color, but very soft and very encompassing, so that everything is softened by the color in the room. I can put very intense color into this room, and it's softened by the background.
Now, is that why you chose that color for the carpet? It looks like a two-tone you've got here.
And I've grounded the room in this color. And what this is a wool carpet with one color. But when you use it both in a cut pile and in a looped pile, the two effects become different colors.
That's amazing. It has almost like a nap appearance, like in a corduroy. It's great.
Exactly.
I'll have to remember that. And I notice you've also carried some of those fabulous gray tones into all this furniture, too.
Yes, I like to keep the color palette very, very analogous because it's very nice to have the calm feeling of one color surrounding a room. All the fabrics in this room, though they come out of the same color pot, are different textures, so that you can play with texture instead of color. And these chairs, when I found them in a consignment store, had satin on them with black trim. And I've redone them, and
I love their new light.
They swivel and tilt, and they're just wonderful.
I'm going to have to try them out.
This coffee table is one I designed many years ago, and it was done originally in laminate, white laminate.
Really?
Yes. And it didn't work in this apartment, so I had it painted with gold leaf and then lacquered it.
This table has all the features of Art Deco design. The stair-step or zigzag design of its sides is a common deco shape. It's also in a metallic finish. That was important in Art Deco because it was inspired by the industrial age and modern machinery. And that's why this furniture piece, with its curving design, is another element that spells Art Deco in this space.
The sideboard was originally in my apartment, and it was too narrow for a television, which my husband wanted in this room. And so I had my great craftsperson add sides and fill in the top and make that look like it was always the way it looks now.
You know, that's amazing. So this little stripe of wood that we're seeing here, this strip with the vertical and horizontal stripes, is what you added to match?
I added to match, and he did a fabulous job.
What about the sofa? It's uneven, it's not symmetrical.
I designed that sofa specifically for my husband, so that he could nap during the day with the lower arm and sit up in the corner and rest and read the paper.
Great practical piece. But it looks elegant.
And it's very comfortable.
And there's a fabulous daybed over here. Now, is that a new piece or?
No, that's from the 50s, and that piece was designed by Robes John Gibbings, and it is one that is very popular now in terms of collectible.
Hot. Yes.
I redid it in this wonderful heavy texture.
Very contemporary looking mantle around the fireplace. Is that an Art Deco feel?
Yes, that is basically from a period piece that I know, and I adapted it for this room.
Barbara, you have some fantastic accessories in this room, but I really want to talk about the artwork because very different pieces, starting with this one over the sofa.
It is a piece discussing natural and man-made disasters. And so you have the fish, but also he has framed the painting in scales, like fish scales, but it's very deco.
That's because of the metallics that frame the piece, down to those shining fish and the curves of the fish scales that Barbara mentioned. Another painting in the room is in oil that evokes a quiet New York street in the 1930s.
The colors are brought out in the pottery, too, that you have beneath it here.
Yes, the pottery is done by Bruce Dix, and he is a contemporary artist. And his pottery and the other pottery that I collect, which is more or less of the era, of the Deco era, and that pottery really does bring together all the elements of the Deco era.
It does in this
design.
room. It's amazing, and I think really by using this gray color, you've been able to bring all these disparate pieces together in a beautiful way, so thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
And if you'd like to create an Art Deco feel with a new twist, here are some design do's to keep in mind.
Add metallic accents in your room, as Barbara did with her gold leaf coffee table. The use of metal in design was influenced by the machinery of the industrial age, so adding anything metallic to your room can give it an Art Deco flair. Consider mixing artwork from different eras as we saw in the pottery display in this living room. This will integrate contemporary shapes with Art Deco lines and bring both styles together in your room. Look for ways to use fabric in geometric patterns, such as the checkerboard fabric covering this chaise. In this way, you can update new or old furniture pieces with a touch of Art Deco style.
Up next on Interiors by Design, another creative mix of old and new in an elegant bedroom with a sweeping European feel. So stay with us.
Meet people who followed their dreams and now are living the good life. Sunday night at 10:30 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
Hey, Miss Crenshaw. Thanks for letting our dog out this weekend.
Oh, was that this weekend?
Need new carpeting? Lowe's knows how to help. Nobody has more flooring options in stock than Lowe's.
Brand name carpet, rugs, tile.
Wood floors and more.
At Lowe's, guaranteed everyday low prices.
Plus, professional installation is always available.
Golf weekend at the lake? We'd better not.
When it comes to flooring, Lowe's knows.
Imagine a world of remodeling at your fingertips. Great ideas, do-it-yourself instructions, a place to buy the special things you need. Remodeling at HGTV.com. Imagine what you can do. Monday night, it's HGTV's exciting hour of antiques and collectibles. Beginning at 8, At the Auction puts rare and unusual pieces up for bids.
I would think this probably would sell at auction for around $3,000. Wow.
Then at 8:30, Collectible Treasures looks at what's hot in the fascinating world of collectibles. Don't miss HGTV's exciting hour of antiques and collectibles. Monday night at 8 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
She's a decorating diva with big design ideas. It's Kitty, 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 Kitty B.
Keep those eyes open for Kitty Bartholomew, Your Home, Monday night at 9, only on HGTV.
It's Kitty, 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 Kitty B.
I'm Bob Vila. This week, Restore America travels to Arkansas.
In Eureka Springs, a couple lovingly restores a 19th century hotel. And in Piggott, the community joins forces to save Ernest Hemingway's studio.
Join me for Restore America, Sunday night at 10 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
You're watching Interiors by Design on HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
Some of the most interesting design happens in the place where we spend plenty of time, the bedroom. That's because it has to be comfortable without sacrificing style. Designer Greg Jordan mixes old and new European looks in an exciting Miami master suite. Atop this British colonial-style high-rise on Key Biscayne in Miami, Florida, is Greg's client's apartment. Inside, Greg was asked to create an elegant and beautiful master bedroom retreat.
In this room, we were trying to go a little bit beyond the normal South Florida room. We needed to equalize the windows architecturally. We're trying to create some intimacy in the most intimate room in the house. And the husband wanted everything in the apartment to be beige with no pattern, and she wanted a beautiful, beautiful English bedroom with a canopy bed. So our first job was finding a marriage between what I knew she was expecting, the prettiest bedroom in the world, and a white, off-white Florida room.
Greg decided to start his design with the walls, bringing them to life with a dramatic mural.
Well, there's so much light in the room and there's so much glass. We wanted to create a way for the walls to envelop the people in the room. And so we conceived this wallpaper of indigenous palms and ferns for southern Florida. It's the most beautiful design, and it was painted in New York by some quite amazing art craftsmen and artists. We really wanted to try to bring nature inside, and in a way that seemed craftful and artful. And what it does is it intimizes the room, really, and it allows us then to have a patterned room with all solid fabrics inside. Well, we started the room around the bed. We had the bed made in New York. It's a king-size bed, and it's painted black and has chinoiserie decoration in gold. We wanted it to look as much as possible like a beautiful piece of lacquered furniture. The bed hangings are linen on the outside, and it's interlined with a felt, a flannel, and then in the lining is a little printed cotton beige, and it has an ivy leaf pattern. And it's quite sweet, actually, the little inside print, given the sort of grandeur and the size of the bed. But it gave a little feminine edge to a room that's pretty masculine. The clients wanted a seating area in the room, so we chose to put it in the window. Well, we have a really pretty sofa, which we designed and made. And then there are a pair of club chairs, which are really, although scaled delicately, they're very comfortable for any size person and great for watching television or just visiting in the room. And the coffee table in front is made from a beautiful panel of a lacquered screen, which kind of speaks to the bed. So there's a whole little conversation area, tea area in the bedroom.
A focal point was needed for the room, and for that, Greg chose this large secretary, a Scottish Regency piece that's not necessarily expected in a bedroom.
Well, we had several needs. It needed to be tall and have presence, so a chest of drawers or something low would have seemed a little inconsequential. And it needed to hold a television. So there were a lot of depth issues. We didn't want a big armoire which was going to loom into the room. The patina of the wood is magnificent. So with the doors closed, it's a spectacular thing to see.
Other European furnishings in the room include the nightstands, both classic English pieces.
Of the two bedside tables, on his side we have the most beautiful George II mahogany chest. It's a beautiful small chest of drawers. On the other side is a English Regency sofa table, which has ends that fold down.
A final elegant addition to the room are the window treatments, but their design was a challenge for Greg.
There were a lot of issues, architectural issues with different window heights. So in an effort to equalize those, we put a frieze around the room, which served as a molding and also gave us curtain pockets. But the curtains are hung underneath those, and there are 3 layers of curtains. The main curtains are made out of the same linen as the bed, and they're lined and then interlined, and they have a beautiful binding on the edge.
Greg says his clients love the design results of this room, and he is especially pleased with one aspect of the space.
My absolute favorite thing about the bedroom is the wallpaper. It was so successful. It was so much fun to conceive, work with the artists, and so beautiful and very restful. Without spending a lot of money on a beautiful mural like this, you can create this ambiance, and I think you have to be daring enough to mix odd kinds of beige and taupe. Don't be scared to mix those together, because it's the tension of those weird kind of combinations of one kind of color that make that mural really special. It's not about matching, it's about harmony.
If you'd like to create a bedroom with European flair, here are some things to keep in mind. Start with your bedroom's walls. Greg designed a one-of-a-kind mural for this space, but you can create interest on walls with a patterned wallpaper or fabric. This will provide an elegant backdrop for antique or reproduction European pieces. Instead of a traditional bookcase or armoire, choose a unique European-style piece, such as this secretary. That way, you'll provide a hideaway space for your television set and incorporate a focal point in your room's decor. There's more to come on Interiors by Design, so stay with us.
Now with BellSouth Fast Access Internet Service. Faster downloads. Another solution with BellSouth Nova.
BIG technology chips. Great buy. Good.
Big tech chips. Huh. At SunTrust, our advisors believe investment should be based on individual planning, not the tip of the day.
Big tech chips. Right now.
So if you're looking for solid financial help, call SunTrust. Smart investing starts here.
Well, I really can't say, Eileen. All I know is the stock is going through the roof.
Now our first denture cleanser keeps dentures feeling clean all day. New Fix-It-Dent with ProGuard, a breakthrough tablet and bath system. First, place your dentures into the bath and release the power of ProGuard to get them 4 times cleaner. Then you lift the inner basket to help seal in the clean with the ProGuard barrier, protecting against plaque and odor-causing bacteria from morning till night. Fix-It with ProGuard. Start cleaner, stay cleaner.
Imagine a place where the colors are your colors and the space is your own. Imagine a place where you can uncover a treasure or create one yourself. A place you can plant a future or build a dream. Imagine a place called home. HGTV, Home and Garden Television. Imagine what you can do.
No matter what your taste, no matter what your style, no matter what your level of expertise, now you can do it yourself with DIY Decorating and Design. Because what you know matters, DIY has experts to guide you through hundreds of projects. And DIYnet.com gives you printable step-by-step details. DIY Decorating and Design is here to help, no matter what. To find out more, call your cable or satellite provider.
One way to create a relaxing space is to use neutral colors. They're not only soothing to come home to, but they work well in a contemporary setting. Designer Bruce Bierman combined both of these when he designed this fabulous Manhattan penthouse high above New York City with great views.
Thank you, Chris.
Now, were the views an inspiration in the design of this room, Bruce?
The views are visible from 3 windowed walls in this living room, so it was hard for it not to be an important inspiration for the project.
And I think the colors that you've chosen are very neutral, very soothing. What is going on in this room? What color on the ceiling and walls?
Sure. It is correct. The colors are very neutral and was done specifically because of the views. The colors on the walls and the ceilings are a very subtle off-white. Because of the windows on 3 sides, the natural light coming through the apartment creates a reflective light on those walls, so that the colors take on a different feel from morning to afternoon to nighttime.
Tell me about the floors, because they're a very sexy deep black. I love them.
The floors are a combination of 2 stains, a black stain and a brown stain. One of the things that we found on past projects is that when we do an all black stain, it becomes very hard to maintain. The brown added to it gives it a lot of depth and avoids seeing a lot of scuff marks and hides a multitude of sins.
I like that. I like that. I also adore the way you have this very light textural, I think it's a Tibetan carpet on top.
That's correct. Again, it plays off the whole idea of staying within a very neutral palette throughout the apartment. It is a Tibetan rug in 3 tones of a beige, a grayish beige, and a tan beige.
Luscious. Also, the fabrics that you've chosen, lots of different textures going on in all different tones. Tell me about some of them.
One of the things that we do when we work on a neutral color scheme, we try to keep that color scheme tonal, not to match all colors, because then what I find out is it becomes very flat. The fabrics here was a chenille on the couches, a mohair on the back chair here. The chaise behind me is a leather that is very supple. It's a kidskin leather. And then the chairs on the fabric on the 2 chairs are a woven material.
Just a really nice layering, and the tonal qualities are beautiful. But then you've got this fabulous punch of dark wood going on, Bruce. Tell me, you've got a circular table, a little occasional table here. What kind of wood is this?
That table was a ribbon-striped bleached mahogany table. The small little table in front of the chaise is a leather table, and then the corner tables in the living room next to the 2 couches are Anna Gray, and the coffee table is a Macassar ebony finish. All of them are a little different in both grain and color, so that there's a richness of color that offsets the very neutral color palette of all the fabrics.
The lighting is quite good in here too, because I would think that'd be an important issue when you're dealing with so many windows.
One of the things I prefer to do on our jobs is to light the room with mostly low-level lighting, as opposed to doing a lot of hi-hats on the ceiling. I find that it makes people feel more comfortable, it creates a more intimate setting, and I like the effect better. What we did do here, though, is that we put 4 little spots above the coffee table, lit on the coffee table itself. What that does is that when people are sitting on a couch, it adds a glow of light in front of their faces, and they look great.
That is a very good tip. Now, I noticed that there is a lot of silver in the room, from the lamps, the tourtières, and then the accessories. There's wood, silver, and glass. Great choices for this room.
I think that one of the most important parts of a project is the accessorizing it, which makes the room come to life, and it makes the client feel like it's their home. What we usually do is we review what accessories we want to bring to the job. We go out shopping, bring more than we need to fill up the room, and then review it with the client so that they have a sense of being able to choose some of those things rather than it just being set for them.
So they take a little bit of authorship. I think that is a great idea. Bruce, so many of us have that question, do we put the TV in the living room? Do we not put it in? What did you decide?
I decided to hide the TV in the living room, so it gave us the best of both worlds. You can't see the TV most of the time, but it's here. It's hidden within the coffee table. That's a projector for the big screen TV that's built into a soffit above the windows with two speakers on either side that were built into existing columns that were made a little larger to accommodate the two speakers.
I love this. This is brilliant. Great idea.
Thank you.
I also have to tell you that I noticed we're 29 floors above Manhattan, and yet you have this wonderful garden, this terrace outside you've created, and I just think it works so well with this room.
Thank you. We worked with a landscape designer on that terrace, and it's a great place for my clients to come out and barbecue, which they do many times during the week. But what I also love about it is the colors out there become a little more vibrant, so that it's a very nice backdrop to the very subtle colors that are within the apartment.
Complements it perfectly, and I have to say thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
And if you'd like to create a room using neutral, soothing colors, here are some things to keep in mind. Add texture to a contemporary space with your contrasting fabric choices. The silk, chenille, and leather will help balance the cool colors and clean furniture lines in a living room like this. Consider a dark treatment for your floor, like the stained hardwoods we saw today. The dark color will ground the otherwise pale, neutral colors in the room, as well as adding additional texture. Still to come, we'll find out how one piece of furniture kept our ancestors organized. That's next on Interiors by Design.
For questions or comments, please write to Interiors by Design, care of HGTV, Box 50970, Knoxville, Tennessee, 37950. Be sure to include the episode number and your daytime phone number.
HGTV invites you to an incredible Saturday night of decorating tips, ideas, and inspiration next week.
Hi, I'm Joan Steppen, and on the next Decorating Center, we will create flow, elegance, and function in a dining room and connecting screen porch.
Then at 9, room by room, we'll show you how to mix wallpapers for a one-of-a-kind look. A whole night of shows that are just your style. Design Time Saturday night, next Saturday, only on Home and Garden Television.
Learn how to add a little personality to any paint job. HGTV introduces 2 home videos to show you how to finish it faux. Host Nancy Golden gives you the basics of mastering paint techniques for walls and floors or furniture and accessories. Each Finish It Faux home video is only $24.95 plus shipping and handling. To order, visit our website at hgtv.com or call 1-800-HGTV-275. Have your credit card ready.
Some days, you can hardly wait to get home. You've got plans. Big plans. Great taste. A certain style. A place that's all your own. You love your home. That's why there's Home and Garden Television. Your cable channel for remodeling, decorating, gardening, and crafts. HGTV, the country's only channel devoted to your home and garden.
Get in step with the latest decorating trends with Design at 9. An hour of design ideas, information, and inspiration that are just your style. A different lineup every weeknight with hosts you know and projects you'll love. Whether you're in the mood for an affordable makeover or in the market for an incredible overhaul, let our experts get your decorating project off on the right foot. Design at 9. Weeknights at 9. Only on HGTV. Home and Garden Television. Imagine what you can do.
From primitive to formal, rustic to eclectic, there's a type of country decorating to fit your style with Country at Home. Design expert Mary Emmerling takes you coast to coast for a tour of beautiful homes blending elements of country design.
All my favorite country collections are right here in the kitchen.
Get tips on accessorizing with unusual finds and restoring antique furniture with Country at Home. Monday night at 9:30 on HGTV.
Welcome back. With all of us trying to stay ahead of our busy schedules these days, it's interesting to learn that a common furniture piece was our ancestors' way to keep themselves organized. I'm talking about the secretary. We saw a lovely example of a secretary in that bedroom in Miami, designed by Greg Jordan. Secretaries originated in England, and the first pieces were closed desks with drawers and bookshelves. Early designs combined the storage of a chest with the practical use of a desk area. Many times the bookshelf part was removable from the desk. It differed from other furniture pieces that had similar functions because of its size and architectural ornamentation. The secretary reached the height of its popularity in the 18th century. I'm Chris Madden. Join me again next time as we explore the intriguing world of design on Interiors by Design.
Let's get together for a little romance.
HGTV is setting the mood for an unforgettable week-long Valentine's celebration. All next week, we'll bring you shows and specials dedicated to matters of the heart. Whether you're planning an intimate dinner for two or the wedding of a lifetime, we've got heartwarming ideas to inspire and to entertain. It's an entire week of romance.
Romance Week on HGTV.
All next week on Home and Garden Television.
And now, HGTV's Design Time Saturday Night continues with Bed and Bath Design.
Ahead on Bed and Bath Design, 1970s ranch home styling gets a real big lift. Innovative glass window coverings for the bath, and then a retreat into the grandeur and the grace of the old world with amenities from the new. Welcome to Bed and Bath Design, the show that looks at how people create the rooms they want to live in. I'm Joan Cohn, and wherever we tour, whether it's a cottage or a castle, we're always looking for new ways for you to design rooms that work for your lifestyle and for your budget. So let's hit the road. Our first tour takes us to the Goldman's Master Suite. Their house used to be about the size of a closet, but now, after converting an extra room and creatively utilizing their attic, the closets have closets. And that's just the beginning of this story.
The style of this house is basically an English Tudor. We've lived here since 1991. We wanted to create a master bedroom suite with an adjoining master bath on the ground floor and maintain, as the husband and wife and as the parents, some privacy on the ground floor. What we wanted to accomplish for our master bedroom feel was something with clean, straight lines, very bright, very cheery, very happy. A place where a couple could read, a place where you could go watch TV and be by yourself or be together. My designer helped me from point A all the way to point Z, every step of the way.
Designer Eileen Schwartz was able to design a suite that was not only colorful, but provided the storage space that Jody had in mind.
What stands out in my mind about Design Challenge is the storage. To be able to incorporate the amount of storage in the size bedroom that they wanted to create. And so we gave her a walk-in closet and wall units that gave her shelving for TV, clothing, and whatever else she needed it for.
The storage in my bedroom is just great. I have this tremendous walk-in closet that I do share. And in addition to that, all along our walls, we store our workout clothes. We store our cans of new tennis balls, all my books, all my gifts over the year that I buy for teachers and babysitters are all stored back there. It's just a great, great place. We created this window seat for many purposes, to have the storage underneath. And I always imagined myself sitting there and doing a lot of reading and sitting there waiting for my kids to come home from their dates.
In order to create a more open feel for the master bath, the Goldmans created a vaulted ceiling by utilizing the attic space from the room above.
We created this master bathroom so that it would be very functional for a man and a woman to use together or to use separately. We have my side on the left side, we have my husband's side on the right side. We can both be in there doing our things together. Because both of us are tall, we elevated those to our heights so we wouldn't be bending over.
To create a unified look to the bath, custom white beadboard cabinetry was extended to include both the vanities and the central tub surround.
And in between these sinks, his and hers, we have this great big tub. And it is surrounded by beaded board that has a great look and a great nubby feeling to it. My favorite place in my suite is my tub. When I am sitting and soaking in my tub and I have great music on the stereo. The fixtures in the tub and all the details and handles for the sinks are nickel with a little bit of white ceramic brought in.
The large walk-in shower was also created for two. The dual shower heads are the perfect answer for this busy couple.
Our shower in our bathroom is very unusual. It's quite unique because it is a seamless shower, see-through shower with two heads on the wall, and we built into the wall using the tile and glass shelves 3 levels of shelving to accommodate all of our bathroom necessities that we need while we're in the shower. It is very common in Europe for people to use bidets, and we brought that idea and concept back to our bathroom. The way my husband personalized his side of the bathroom was by displaying his collection of veterinary statues. Over the years when we've traveled or when we've attended craft shows or professional seminars, together we have collected statues of men displaying the veterinary profession. On my side, on my glass shelves, I have a collection of glasswork and some silver items that have become important to me over the years, and pictures.
Small drawers were built in alongside the dressing area to accommodate Jody's jewelry and her makeup.
So when I'm dressing to go out someplace special and I'm doing my makeup, I have my makeup right there at my fingertips and right to the left of me. And we did that on purpose because I'm a lefty. We also tied in fabric into the bathroom by creating an armoire on both my side and my husband's side, and we used chicken wire, and we put one of the many fabrics, this great plaid, behind the chicken wire. I love my room. I love my bedroom. I love my bathroom. It works. It is user-friendly. It is kid-friendly. It is family-friendly. It brings the whole family together. And yet, it also can be private for my husband and myself.
Ahead on Bed and Bath Design, a relaxing fantasy tour of a spectacular master suite. And next, get some rather transparent design ideas in glass. Everything you need to know.
Meet people who followed their dreams and now are living the good life. Sunday night at 10:30 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
These days, there are all sorts of cute little compact SUVs running around. And lots of monsters lumbering about. But Dodge Durango is different. Roomier than the little ones, or manageable than the huge ones. The just right-sized Durango. Perfectly positioned between the toys and the tanks.
Now lease a four-wheel drive Dodge Durango for $365 a month.
MySimon.com. It's a lot like this.
It comes next day delivery?
With adorable matching slippers. Next.
One size more or less fits all. The Mrs. Waxes. Yes.
Buy two, and the third one's on us. Next.
This is a very popular look.
Wish you could shop this way? MySimon.com searches thousands of stores so you can compare brands, features, and prices. MySimon.com. Shopping beyond compare.
This'll look a lot better on your wife than it does on me.
We all want our homes to look comfortable and inviting. Hi, I'm Kathy Brugette, and here's a tip from GE. To give your home that special touch, try Enrich, the blue bulb that puts everything in a completely new white light. Blues are bluer, reds are bolder, and wood grains never look more elegant. So to bring out the true colors in your favorite room, bring home Enrich, the perfect accent for any decor.
Get the light and get it right from GE.
On the next Extreme Homes, imagine living comfortably with no utility bills to pay. You can do it with Mother Nature on your side. See how one homeowner harnesses the powers of the sun and rain. Then, using beer cans as bricks to build a passive solar home. Extreme Homes, Sunday night at 8:30 on HGTV.
You're watching Bed and Bath Design, part of HGTV's Design Time Saturday night.
Now to show us some ideas in stained, etched, and laminated glass for the bathroom, let's meet expert Jane Meredith. She also has some unique treatments for window coverings and other architectural elements that can give you privacy and extra design punch. For some clear thinking about your bathroom, let's go.
Glass is unique as a design material in several ways, in that it transmits light. It has a capacity for drama and a capacity for subtlety that I don't find in any other single material.
One of the greatest pleasures I get out of the glass is kind of a little thing, but it's great fun, is when we get a shipment of glass in from a couple of the factories. You never know exactly what you're getting.
Glass uses in the bath would include doors and windows, countertops, sinks, mirrors, shower doors and walls, lighting, privacy panels. An obvious area to employ glass is in lighting, from very traditional Tiffany style shades and sconces to highly contemporary etched glass or laminated glass pieces.
We reviewed several glass treatments that can be used in the bath with the Merediths, including etched glass, laminated glass, cast glass, mosaic glass, and leaded glass.
Etched glass is sandblasted glass, which means we use an abrasive to abrade the surface of the glass and cut the transparency. It can be anywhere from a surface frost to a carving. The other thing to bear in mind in thinking about using etched glass as privacy glass is that when it is wet, it temporarily clarifies. So if it's being used in a bath where the ventilation is not such to keep condensate from occurring, you can have some interesting surprises. Laminated glass, we're using increasingly as a decorative element now that custom laminating has become less difficult a process to accomplish. There is a liquid resin that is poured between two sheets of glass, and that forms a type of safety glass. But as the liquid clear resin is poured, it can be mixed with colorants either before pouring so that the color is relatively uniform through the sheet, or after putting the clear in, separate colors can be poured in from different points around the edge so that they swirl and mix and flow largely on their own. We can influence the flow, but we can't control the flow. So it ends up being a very natural flow of color mix.
Building codes require the use of safety glass in some bath uses. These are generally window and door surfaces in areas where a fall is possible. Both laminated and less expensive tempered glass are safety glasses.
Mosaics have become a highly popular design direction for commissioning and for do-it-yourself. It's not a real difficult process. Cast glass is glass that is put into a kiln and heated to the point where it softens. Generally speaking, it's laid over some sort of texture or pattern that's created either by a mold or by fiber paper. And when the glass softens, it takes on that under texture.
Leaded stained glass windows, which is what everybody thinks of when somebody says stained glass, starts out as sheets of colored glass. The basic construction process is to take these large sheets of glass and cut them into pieces to fit a pattern, and then letting them together. The newer technique is called copper foil. That was developed by Tiffany when he was doing his lamps, so they could get smaller pieces without them being overwhelmed by the lead.
The cutting and assembly of a leaded glass window is a process that can be learned with a little instruction.
We have a leaded stained glass window comparable to one you might select for your bath. We're going to talk a little about the process that we go through in building this window. First, we develop with the client a design and draw it full size so that we have a pattern to work from. Then we cut that pattern into separate pattern pieces using special three-bladed shears that account for the lead heart. And the pattern pieces then become the templates for cutting the glass. We cut the glass and then lay it on a board on top of the pattern and assemble it with the lead channel and solder at the joints. And then we have our window.
The separate glass pieces that make up the design are cut by scoring a small scratch on the surface that creates a weak spot. Applying pressure to that weak spot causes the glass to break along the mark.
The curves are a bit more difficult to cut than the straight lines, but it's still the same principle of making the score to create the temporary weak spot and applying the pressure at the right place.
After assembling the pieces of glass on the design, Jane slips the pieces into a flexible two-sided lead channel. The channels are held in place with a nail while the next glass piece is cut and fit.
Lead channel goes between each pair of pieces all the way through the window, and that becomes the structure of the window that holds the glass together. When we get all the pieces in place, we'll solder at each lead joint with a hot soldering iron and 60-40 solder, and that will hold the pieces of lead together, which will hold the glass together. So briefly, that's the process we go through to end up with a lovely leaded window for your home.
Next on Bed and Bath Design, it's fantasy tour time as we enter a world of elegance and the European excellence of days gone by. Stay with us.
That's your best friend. He lives next door. He is such a cutie.
What you guys looking at?
My daughter's kindergarten class just got a website. That's her favorite dress.
Do we even have a website?
And now with Bell South Site Builder.
That's my mom's favorite dress. What are you guys looking at? My mom's company just got a website. Does she get a lot of hits?
Website development. Another solution with Bell South know-how.
Need new furniture? Click on CozyHome.com, makers of premium furniture you'll only find online.
Hello. What? You found the furniture.
It's yours now.
Keep it.
We've always taken a lot of pride in the fact that we make the finest sausage and love it when good cooks add Jimmy Dean sausage to their ground beef recipes. Your family will love that extra flavor. Taste that country goodness.
Dear fastidious consumer, I'm Kleenex Cottonelle toilet paper, and you're doing quite a job on clean. Clean towels, clean socks, clean... Well, since we're in my department, you should know I'm the only toilet paper with ripples, specially designed to leave you feeling fresh, dry, and confidently clean. Not to mention keeping your whites their whitest. Kleenex Cottonelle. When you think of clean, think of me.
Porcelain takes the heat, keeps you clean. Porcelain warms your life, carries a message. Porcelain soars to new heights. Thank heaven for porcelain.
The preservation of our nation's history is one of my greatest passions. Hi, I'm Bob Vila. Every Sunday night on HGTV, we'll hear the stories behind some of the country's most extraordinary restoration projects.
It's a community in Louisiana, a garden in Florida, and a historic district in Delaware. Hear the stories from those who preserve the past for future generations.
Join me for Restore America.
Sunday night at 10 on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
Created with a wealth of features that reflect Europe's rich history, this retreat combines old-world styling with the creature comforts of today. It has a sense of grandeur, and at the same time, this master suite is totally livable. And who wouldn't want to live here? For some ideas you may very well wish to take home, let's retreat.
The owners here, they're both near retirement. They both enjoy golf. They're both very active, so they want an active community. Therefore, they take the home, they orient it, to their passion out there. They want to be able to look down the fairway every morning and, see that golf course, maybe even see their friends playing. So, yeah, the home is definitely oriented around golf and around, the country club lifestyle. When they came to us to design this home, they were looking for a couple of things in the master. They wanted that master bedroom to overlook the pool and to overlook the lake and the fairway. They wanted that tropical feeling. They wanted a nice, bright, airy look. Yet they wanted it to be elegant.
This elegance is evident as soon as you walk into the master suite.
Well, when you enter the master suite here, the owners, they wanted to have, first of all, a little foyer entrance. And you notice we did a very special wall as you walk into that master retreat. Not unlike a foyer to a home. It's a place where you can stop and look around and say, wow, this is really neat. We have a couple special features in that foyer. You'll notice we have a nice hanging chandelier in the foyer. We carry the stone floor up that back wall in the master foyer. To the right, you'll have the master bedroom. The owners wanted the angle on that room. You'll notice it's angled to take full advantage of the view out the back. When you enter the master bathroom, they wanted to have that special spa look, and so therefore they chose to put the tub right in the middle and to orient the rest of the bathroom around that, to kind of wrap it around the tub and the shower. We were able to put the shower around behind the tub, so we didn't have to have any doors to the shower. You could walk, totally around the shower itself. The purpose of not having a shower door in this master suite is to give you that open Florida feeling, to let the light in, to not have any barriers, to the shower, to give it a very natural look. Most of the owners in this area, are requesting showers that are barrier-free, because at some point, yeah, they might have to have some type of assisted, entry into the shower, either be a walker or whatever. But yeah, a lot of the showers we're doing now do not have a curb. The floor slopes gently into the shower itself. The shower is a very special element in this bathroom, and of course it's a very walk-around open shower, so they wanted to have water coming at them from all angles. So we added the body sprays. We have 6 body spray heads coming at you from different angles. And then, of course, we have the main shower head, which is a large rain type of shower head. Of course, all the plumbing fixtures are selected especially for these clients. They're able to go and pick out whatever plumbing fixtures they want. People now tend to really go elegant with their plumbing fixtures. You'll notice they're all polished brass. They're very ornate, and they have the carved handles. People are spending a lot of time and really making their plumbing fixtures almost a work of art, or a little piece of jewelry. These owners, they were trying to achieve that Mediterranean look in that master suite. So, therefore you find the use of a lot more colors, a lot more natural tones. The natural products, natural stones and granites, tend to introduce that color. Therefore the rest of the room has to have the color to go along with that.
No detail was too small when it came time to achieve that elegant feeling they were after.
We achieve a very ornate feeling in the bathroom by the use of the natural materials, by using the natural stone, by having a stone crown molding around the shower, for instance. We achieve that ornate feeling too by just the amount of detail that we put into the stone, the pattern we put in the floor, the colors that we use, even going as far as doing a custom finish on the cabinets. We're looking for a very elegant look in there. Even the use of chandeliers in the bathroom. All that helps achieve that very ornate look, that sophisticated feeling in there. Well, the look on the cabinets, it's actual painted finish, and it's called a fleck finish. It's a custom finish. And once again, it was done to tie in with the other colors into the bathroom. And you just couldn't get that with a stain look. A stain gives you just a one color variation. But by doing that type of finish, you can get, many different shades in the look. And also gives it a little older finish. We're looking for that old world feeling, and that's what that look gives you.
To let more natural light in, the homeowners made the linen closet horizontal, creating a bench and allowing for another window. They also paid close attention to the interior lighting.
Lighting was very important to these owners. You notice the light fixtures throughout the home are all very elegant. We're using a lot of candelabras, and the chandelier in the bathroom, once again, just adds that elegant element in the bathroom. Besides, just a recessed can, it's still another detail to the master suite that's something very beautiful. The finished product, this home is actually, it's more than I envisioned. It's really a very awesome home. I certainly would love to live in it myself. But no, it's a great design, and we're very proud of it.
When we return, it's time for Bed and Bath Matters. Stick around. For questions or comments, please write to Bed and Bath Design, care of HGTV, Box 50970, Knoxville, Tennessee 37950. Be sure to include the episode number and your daytime phone number.
FoodTV.com is the full of flavor website from Food Network. Need a quick and easy recipe? Find one with our recipe search. Want a wine that goes with your meal? FoodTV.com can help you find the perfect one. Looking for the newest cookbook? Shop in FoodTV.com's marketplace. Want to perfect your cooking technique? Check out our video demos. Bookmark FoodTV.com today. Food Network's FoodTV.com. It's full of flavor.
With most compact sport utilities, there's sport, but darn little utility. Durango, however, gives you best-in-class power and passenger room. Plus, as I'm about to demonstrate, best-in-class cargo room.
Fellas, little help here.
Now lease a four-wheel drive Dodge Durango for $365 a month.
This apple is a very healthy snack. But if you wiped it with a cloth dish towel, you probably added more germs than you removed. Fortunately, this apple was rinsed and dried with a strong, absorbent sparkle paper towel. Towels like Sparkle can help reduce germs by up to 99%. After all, you only wanted her to eat the apple, right? This message brought to you by Sparkle Paper Towels.
Design at 9. It's about style, balancing the latest trends with your own tastes. It's about spirit, letting your personality come shining through. It's about comfort, feeling good in your home. Freedom, letting your imagination carry you away. It's about time.